West Oval today for the clash between Geelong West and East Geelong. Geelong West Cheetahs have their past players day, I suppose. Well, they are the Giants, but they are wearing the heritage Guernseys today, which has made life a bit interesting already. Seems there's different numbers and different for different players out there today. But looking forward to a great clash. The bit of wind around, bit of cloud cover. Hopefully the rain holds off, and we've got all the rain we're going to get the other night. So without further ado, I'll welcome you to the rest of the commentary team. Good afternoon, Mr. Richard Grubby-Cations.
Good afternoon, boys, viewers and listeners. Yes, it's going to be a pretty good game out here today. I know everyone thinks that East are a little bit higher on the ladder, which they are. But I tell you what, in front of the past players, the West have got a few back. They're on their home deck, and we could be in for a really good game here today.
Yeah, we could, mate. And, of course, your favourite saying, mate, the voice of the GDFNL himself, Mr. Dale Smith. How are you, Whale? All right?
Spider, very well. Yes, looking forward this afternoon's game of football. As Grubby said, we hope the Cheetahs, after their win last week, can... Well, have they still call the Cheetahs? No, Giants now.
Giants,
yeah,
mate.
Right. Well, it's Cheetahs Day anyway, because it's
right.
past Players Day. So we're hopeful that they'll be able to put up a show here this afternoon. As I said, they've been struggling, got a win. Confidence might be up. As we said, they've got a pretty good list of players on the deck there, so let's hope we do see a good game, and it's a very close result.
Well, I was going to touch on that because the makeup of this year so far has been completely unpredictable, hasn't it? I mean, let's sit back and have a look. The start of the year, who would have said Belmont would be 5-0?
Not me.
And who would have said Inverleigh be 1-5?
Not me.
Right, so that's just two. Who would have said with the injuries Thompson have got that the two games that they'd absolutely dominate were Bannockburn and Inverleigh? That wouldn't have happened.
Well, you wouldn't have thought so, but it did.
But it has. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This year has thrown up some absolute rippers.
Well, what are Inverleigh?
Results.
1-5?
1-4, or whatever we are. We're 4 rounds. This is round 6, isn't it? Yeah.
So they're 1-5.
They're 1-4, mate. So round 6 today, and they got Corio at the playground. So no easy game either. So. You know, I think I said last year was the best year I'd seen in a long, long time. This year's panning out just as good, if not better. You know, we expected big things of Anakie, I guess, with the personnel changes that they've had. They've won a couple of games. They went out and with the challenge of the all-conquering Lions last week and couldn't quite get over the line. I mean, in the end, it was just about 6 goals to Belmont. But, geez, they were impressive, Belmont, weren't they?
Well, they were. Let me ask you a question, Smithy. You look through the teams and the form that we've had so far. Can you pick a club out of there that you can say can absolutely, under no circumstances whatsoever, cannot make the 5?
Not at this stage, Grub, no.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Usually by this time we're calling it, we're nearly saying the top 5 won't change. There might be one change at the bottom. But no, things have definitely evened themselves up. And it's good for the footy, for our footy anyway, that sides are. And we just need to make sure that we can obviously keep, I suppose, growing each club to get to a stage where the unpredictable can happen week in, week out. And it is happening. Belmont Lions today, who do they play today, Spider?
Winch, mate.
Right, so this will be their testing game, I reckon, today. They've been lucky enough to have their home games, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go out there. Also, Inverleigh, we know, haven't been the greatest starting side in recent times. They did start well against Bannockburn if they'd been able to kick straight. Today they go to Corio, and Corio probably, again, another team that probably we would have thought would have been better than their current position on the ladder, but are now looking to obviously take on Inverleigh and, I suppose, continue their sour start to the season.
This is the way the ladder sits at round 5. Belmont, 5 wins, 20 points. East Geelong, Bannockburn, Werribee, 4 wins,
and Werribee got beaten by Anakie, who hadn't won a game at that stage.
Yep. Thompson, 12 with 3 wins. Anakie, North Geelong, the Giants have all got 2 wins apiece. And then you've got Winch, Inverleigh, Corio and Belpost Hill, all with 1 game. So as it currently sits, the bottom 4 sides are 2 games out. And we're only 5 rounds in. So anyone can make it.
Well, hence why I asked the question. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to reinforce
your point.
Reinforce your point. Anybody can still make it. We know injuries can take a toll on sides. We've seen what happened last year with all the top sides, didn't we? They all went through it. Bannockburn obviously got beat by Thompson last week without their 3 young guns in the side, and obviously 2 of those are still out for at least another couple of weeks for for Elzinga and probably
I think
3 or 4.
Elzinga will be back next week.
Yeah, well, 'cause
That'll be his third week.
By beauty of playing on a Thursday, mate. Technically, his 21 days is a Thursday, not a Saturday. So
Well, what's next Thursday?
I don't go and pinch all my stuff. I told you that last week.
And I listened
What's next Thursday?
nothing. I said by virtue of them playing on a Thursday.
It's 21 days might be up.
You're on Thursday, not
Right.
on a Saturday. We don't know what's happening with young Hose, whether he's down at Geelong.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did he get a game in the
Yes,
Falcons? Or
yes, he did.
He did
last week, yes.
That's what I want to know.
you'd
And that's great.
You'd hope Dale would know since he's the mayor of the town.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, I do like we do talk, and we're at a function last week actually, and I got talking to Ronnie about it, and he was saying that they were playing him in a back pocket, and he'd been telling a few blokes down there. I think Kirsch must be involved down there of some description, and trying to tell him to get him into the midfield because that's where he plays his best football. Anyway, he was in the back pocket. Got 5 or 6 kicked on him, so they moved to the centre. It was one of their better players after half time. So again, it was just one of those situations where he's been given an opportunity, doing what he's been doing at Bannockburn, playing around the ball and on the ball, and obviously excelled at that. So let's hope he continues down there for his own benefit. Obviously, Bannockburn would like to see him come back.
There's a difference, isn't it? You know, he's playing against men, playing in the midfield and dominating. Yet, I understand if he was playing under 18 footy and he goes in there and they go, okay, we've got 25 midfielders at this level playing against kids.
Yep.
But he's playing against men already. This is his second year playing against men. So he's already got that battle hardened, I suppose.
It's like Robbie, what he said the other week. He was talking about them down there. He said there must be a good lot of kids going around if Elzinga and that can't get a game.
So,
Well, and you understand it. There'll be a lot of 18s come through, Joeys and all that.
Yeah.
Some Marys who are
yeah.
very, very good footballers.
all the redheads from Joey's go there. They go to the Falcons. They go to Geelong, don't they?
Well, I actually wasn't being facetious.
I know,
actually-
that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're
serious,
saying.
Yeah.
There must be some good kids around. And I don't know what their list would comprise of at that level. There's got to be, I suppose, 40 kids, I suppose,
They
at that
start
age
with 80,
level.
don't they? And then cut
Yeah,
it
like
back.
I
And it
said,
goes down to Warrnambool too. So
Yeah,
it takes
yep,
on all
yep.
that area as well. So it's a fair size.
Used to be a good breeding ground for Geelong.
It was. So, although the old Warrnambool was Fitzroy, wasn't it?
No, I think Warrnambool would cover Geelong, didn't it?
Oh, did
Initially?
it?
Initially,
It might have too. Yeah,
I there was a couple of players, good players for Fitzroy, came from Corio.
yeah.
That'd be in the
well.
Warrnambols. They might have.
Yeah, maybe.
I know a couple of blokes when I was working down that way. A couple of blokes at the depot had played a handful of games at Fitzroy, and they were from down Warrnambool and that all the time.
Okay.
Maybe they were that zone. I don't know.
But it's the same as I suppose you go.
Maybe
up
it stopped at Colac then.
Yeah, well, you go up the Wimmer, and that used to be Essendon territory, and back in the day.
Bendigo.
As we do, we digress from where we're at today.
Bendigo, the Mighty Blues.
Bendigo, the Mighty Blues.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Oliver, could have been an absolute gem, that bloke. One of the best country footballers ever go around.
Didn't want to be here.
Didn't want to go and play
Didn't want to
league footy.
be.
I'm just happy kicking 130 every year in the local league, mate.
Here we go again.
Which he
Here
did.
we go again.
What? I was talking about Stephen Oliver,
I
not
know
mate.
who you're talking about.
Peanut.
You didn't see Facebook this morning?
Facebook?
Stocky's on Facebook.
I don't use Facebook.
Oh, mate, I'll show you. You got to show it. He comes in with his big bar freckers. Brady's drinking out of his own bath water.
It was funny.
Oh, it was funny. It was so funny.
It was actually a good show this morning because Grubby wasn't on it.
So I won't be coming back. I can't go be as good as that.
You don't. You're just naturally a clown, mate. He's got to do something to try and make it up, doesn't he?
No, he was great. Don't worry
Called
about
the
that.
terracotta terrorist.
And
mate,
Mitch
little
was on
guard,
Song for a Change. That's what I like to see because he was atrocious last week.
mate. Well, this is a promo for hashtag. I love it.
What did he say? Grovedale, they've won a few games. They'll beat Lara who haven't won any. Grovedale hadn't won one. He didn't even do any research, the idiot.
They got beat by 185 points last week. I mean,
Actually, one of the nicest, most gentlemanly blokes you've ever met, in Mitch Day's father, Steve, texted me and said, Mitchell's a flog. I don't think I've ever heard him call anyone that.
well, he didn't call. You didn't hear him, mate. He texted you.
No, he rang me during the week as well.
Was a highlight of the show, not having your phone going off every 5 seconds. Anyway, we need to talk about the football today, gents. As we just touched on briefly, the game out at the Devil's Playground takes a bit of interest now, doesn't it? They're both 1-4. We're just really hoping that one day, sooner rather than later, Corio manages to take a scalp because they've been building for 3 or 4 years now. It'd be nice to see some reward for the work they do. And as I said, Inverleigh again, backing up from last year's first and second 22 premierships. Not the greatest start, but again, there's only 2 games out. So, Devil's Playground, Grub, Corio and Inverleigh, mate. What are your thoughts?
Well, they're always a 3 or 4 goal better side at home on the Devil's Playground, the Corio, and Yeah, look, and I did say last week they have to get some wins, and I sort of renege on that a little bit because it's so close and the season's so close. All they really got to do is go out and give it their best every week, which they have done so far, and I know they'll continue to do that. Playing a side against Inverleigh, they might just have the bad luck that Inverleigh will click because they've lost a few players in Inverleigh, but the older blokes who I think would have been a big help in that Anzac Day, but they've still got your Filets and.
Well, he's not playing today, is he?
I don't know.
I've got a feeling he's out.
No, I don't know. But Dalton Grundles and your big Wilsons and, of course, Adam Donoghue, he kicked 5 last week. So, you probably would say if they all click, they'll be too good. But, as I say, Corio have gone from a side that sort of give you a good first half and then drop away. They're not dropping away. They've only won the one, but they're still giving it everything they got. They got in the votes last week, which I like to see, is Jelinek and Doyle. So the first two aren't J. Bennett, T. Bennett. Right? Then it's T. Bennett, J. Bennett. But every week you see J. Bennett, T. Bennett, and these two blokes are carrying the side over the last sort of years. And now you see blokes like Jelinek and Doyle. James is back in there. Burns and all these blokes coming in. And it just means that they've got a more well-rounded team. Can they make the finals this year? Well, we said before, everyone can. But I just reckon if they get through this season, have a really good competitive season, no matter how many games they win, just keep recruiting like they've been recruiting. Keep the blokes they've got who all drop a point, and I think you'll be looking at them next year to have a better run. So I'm going to go for Inverleigh today, but they might push them for a fair while out at the Devil's Playground, Crow.
Jack Follett not playing, and Dan Gros plays game 200 for Inverleigh today. Dale?
Number what?
200.
200. Mm-hmm. Great effort.
Yeah, look, I don't often disagree with Grub, but I think they'd be
only
disappointed.
When you're wrong.
Yeah, I reckon they'd be really disappointed if they haven't won more games. And I think for Corio's benefit, it's all right to be competitive, but they've got to start winning games. How they've recruited blokes is because obviously the Bennetts are now in charge out there and they're running a really good football operation. But they do need to show some results because if you go out and recruit, as I said, when you get players coming back from higher levels, and if that's where they're going to go and look to get these players from, they want to go to a place where maybe they're finishing their football, they want to play finals football. They can't be guaranteed that for Corio. So, but if they win 5 or 6 or 7 games this year and finish 1 or 2 games out of top 5, well, there's potential there. So you've got more of a chance to go and recruit and get players in. So I think while they are going well and they are finishing games a lot better than they have been in recent times, I think they would be totally disappointed with where they're at this stage. I think. That's what I think. Can they beat Inverleigh today? I think they can. As I said, they've got Jack Follett out of the side, so they've got to reshuffle their back line because he's one of their... He comes back in, yes, after a week off. Look, he's going to be a big bonus because, as I said, I think that's what they missed. They've got to start well. Speaking to a couple of players during the week, that's been their issue against East Geelong, against Thompson. I think they gave both sides a 5-goal head start, and then they couldn't get back. And I've got Shane Grundle on the phone trying to ring me. Shane, I'm on the air, mate. So, look, I reckon this will go down to the wire. I'm going to tip Corio to upset them today. I reckon they'll win by a goal.
Wow. Really?
After him bringing me like that, yes.
Just before you keep going, I had a quick look. They put their second side up on the Facebook page. There's a bloke in the back pocket by the name of Tim Van Ziel.
In whose?
In Corio's seconds.
Yes, he was here, wasn't he? And he played at Corio as well.
Yeah, I tell you, he looked like to me he was going to be a very, very, very good player. And I reckon he might have went somewhere else, but he's back there now. Get him fit, few weeks, you get him back into the side the way he used to play, and that gives him another edge. So it's good to see. Now, I think there's a couple more too. I think young Cadman, and there's a couple else that left. Gee, I'd love to see those kids go back because they're still only young men. If they go back as one pointers, it really, really helps them. It really does.
The key for me to that game is going to be in the middle. Green's still out. So Poodle versus Taylor. And with Tyquin back in that midfield, it's going to be a cracker of a battle. But I think Poodle probably gives them the edge. Wilson probably gives them the edge over Taylor, and will, I think, take them apart around the ground too. So,
Taylor was in Corio's best last week.
Yeah, but they're going to they're going to be on their game and not basically steer it away from wherever Wilson is, because probably the one criticism of Taylor is he doesn't take those big grabs, whereas Poodle's been known to. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
He's the best he might have last week.
Well, he may have too, mate. He may have. Anyway, the game.
I don't see Wilson taking many big marks around the ground.
takes a lot more than you did. Anyway.
7 foot taller, you idiot.
Yeah, it's true. You're not. You're about 3 foot.
Anyway. You got it completely wrong anyway. Anyway, keep going.
Hey,
Keep going.
I'm all out of here completely wrong until I'm right, you peanut.
Why change things?
Be cold out the Gutter Club today, won't it? Winch versus...
Hey, Mushy!
Winch versus Belmont. Undefeated Belmont. Winch only with the 1 win, and I think they've lost their other 4 games by a collective total about 30 points. So they've been thereabouts, Dale.
Yes, they have. Winchelsea, I'm going to tip them at home today against the all-conquering Belmont Lions side today. To get them away from home for a change will be a complete change. And I think, just speaking again, you speak to people during the week and they can't believe the size of the Winchelsea midfield with Brown and those sort of blokes running through it. They've got some good, the 2 parish boys in there playing some good footy. And I reckon out there today, I reckon they can win this game of football and they can then start taking some steps towards playing finals football. I think they have got a squad that's probably can make it. It can be one of the top 5, but they're going to have to start showing that performance. And today, I reckon they'll do that. So I'm not too, as I said, I didn't do much homework last week. Grub, you'll be able to see who the best players were, but I reckon that they win the game of football out there this week. The Belmont Lions side, obviously, they rely heavily on the big fella in the ruck, and again, this bigger ground will definitely test him. But what they've done so far out there at Belmont has been nothing short of extraordinary. They've beaten the 2 finalists from last year. They play a good brand of football. They've got a good mix of players. The bloke that I was playing in the seconds last week, I would have liked to have seen him in the senior side, and I can't remember what his name was. Number 20 he wears. I know the number, but I can't think of his name. But look, I think Winch win out there this afternoon by about 3 goals.
Rob?
Well, it's a pretty big game out there because, as you say, what's the dimensions of their ground? Winch it's obviously bigger than Belmont, but I can't remember whether it's not a giant ground, is it?
So, no, not massively.
You're thinking of Jones, mate, Sam Jones?
Yes.
There's 13, mate.
Does he?
Yeah.
I thought he was 20.
He's only 7 now. But well, you asked me their best players. Well, Finn Parrish, you already mentioned. The kid I like who can really, I love blokes that can run, like the East Geelong bloke we're going to watch here today. But Kersop Cole is as quick as anybody going around. Nagel, Gould, Stevenson and Rouget. I think we remember him. And I know Savale, someone he would have been because he's one of the best in the comp. But, yeah, their form's been good. But they've only won the 1 game. And it just worries me a little bit. They got themselves into position last week to beat Werribee Centrals at Werribee Centrals and fell in a bit of a hole and went down by 10 points. Werribee Centrals might have played pretty good footy in the second half, but they got themselves into position to win and couldn't do it. We were calling him Michelle and Mitchell. You're right, Spot. Even though it's M-I-C-H-E-W, it is Mitchell. His name is Mitchell. So, Hoodsmart, we saw what he did. All the Evans boys, they put Phillips in there. I can't remember him playing. But look, I thought they were really, really well-rounded team around it. Like, there wasn't some superstars around it. They just had everybody. The 2 coaches were getting a kick until one got hurt. Their back line was pretty solid. Evans, the big fella, the ruckman, I do worry about him spending a lot of time off the ground. And I just reckon he limped off a couple of times. So I don't know if he's 100%. And come St Albans, if they're there, which we think they will be, that's going to be a big problem for them. He has to get 100% fit, but he's got plenty of time to do so. Now, I think a side that's gone out 5-0, I'm going to stick with them to go 6-0. I think they can beat Winch out there today.
Phillips was pretty good last week, mate. He played in the back pocket of the blue boots on, mate. He actually went all right.
Never heard of him. Why would I have heard of him? Because you were probably calling him someone else.
No, I wasn't, you peanut. I was calling him Phillips. He's one I could tell because he had the blue boots on. All right, so out to Bannockburn where they take on Werribee. Grub, Mitch's favourite side.
Yeah. Well, we won't be watering the ground anyway like he did, but many years ago.
I meant Werribee's his favourite side.
Well, it is too. I think he's probably overrated them a bit. I think they're a middle-of-the-road side at this stage. They've got a very, very good draw, and they've still got to beat some really good sides to prove to me and to everybody else that they are a good side, and they may well be. But the Anakie loss was a bad one. I really think if you're going to be a top 3 side, you've got to beat the Anakies and everybody else at this stage. But look, they're going okay. But Bannockburn, well, they're a bit of an enigma. They've played some really, really good footy, and then they've been belted by Thompson, and North Geelong really run them last week. So, as you said before, with their kids, they didn't have their kids in. They're probably missing a couple else. The boy that I've taken under my wing from Leopold, Mayborn, he's sort of starting to strut his stuff. He kicked 3 or 4, I think, last week. Justin was a good player. Fulton's always in the best, even when he's not. Alford, well, he only has to play a poor game for his own stand, and he's still in the best. Alford, Thompson, and the younger Elsinger, who looks like a pretty good kid to me too. Out at Werribee, Daly, he's having a pretty good year, Paddy Daly. He's rarely beaten in the ruck. Culliver, we know, is a good player. Young Jack Stevenson off the back line's going all right. Tyler Crennan, well, he was second in the Whitley, and young Kilby down back. They're still missing their full back, that Gilbert. I don't know where he's gone or if he's going to play, but they probably need him to shore up their back line a bit. Out at Bannockburn, I just think Bannockburn might have the edge on them.
Tell you what,
Crennan's out this week.
Hey?
Crennan's out this week. Tyler Crennan's not playing.
Well, that'll be a bonus for Bannockburn because I think Bannockburn have got a few injuries themselves. They've really had to call to the wire because I think there's, from what they had last week, there's a couple more gone missing.
You got a what?
There's a couple more gone missing from last week.
No, he's not playing. Crennan's not playing.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that this will be evened up because, as I said, Bannockburn are stretching themselves now at the moment with their injury that they've got. They have been able to get away and winning games. The only reason I'm going to pick them is because they are at home. So I think Bannockburn can win, but they'll rely heavily upon their forwards to kick the goals, mate. As I said, that's what they have to do to win. And I know that sounds like a stupid comment, but I'm talking about their key forwards.
Matter of fact, it's a very astute comment because as I look at Werribee, their midfield is as good as any can compete. Their forwards are very good. I still think their back line needs a bit of shoring up. And I think if they've got a weakness, it is their back line. And that's what you're saying. If their forwards can beat them, which I think they can.
Yeah, well, Kelly got I think did he get 3 goals last week for Bannockburn?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think he got 3 last week. And he was okay against Inverleigh
I
the
don't
week before.
put 3s in. It's 4s and over. No,
4s and over, yeah. Kieran Fulton again. He's the other bloke. That
won't be many.
Kieran Fulton's going to be the real key, I suppose. Those taller forwards. And we said, and I like the bloke Fletcher that he got from
Fletcher Wills. About to mention him.
Fletcher Wills.
Good player. Yeah.
Just the way he moves, he looks like he's going to be. And one day he's going to really click in there, and I think he'll be really handy. And they've got Tristan Battaglia as well, who's just one of those freak goals.
Battaglia,
yeah, whatever. So, but look, I think because this game's with Bannockburn and because they have been able to win games along the spread with injuries, I think they can do that again at home today.
All right, out at Foottrot Flats, we have Anakie taking you on Belpost Hill, obviously in a bit of a hole at the moment, the boys from Myers Reserve. Dale?
Interesting game, Spider. Now, again, there's a big fella back for Anakie in the ruck, so I think that'll be a bit of a key. Obviously, I think they're bringing the crane in today, aren't they? Because the coach has been got a week off and has to get elevated over the ground to speak to the players.
They're not doing that.
What? Are they?
No, they've got an interim coach.
Who's the interim coach?
I can't remember. Alex Tagani interviewed them both during the week.
Doesn't matter anyway. I think out there, as I said, they'll need to. I know Sam Lloyd's obviously not playing this week. If they had
No
Kulamon, he's not down there either, which is a real shame for him. Saw enough of them last week to suggest that they can play a good brand of football. The ground, I don't think, suited them, to be honest, at all. Belpost Hill, look, as Tari said, you can never write them off. Don't think Jack Yates he's not back in, and obviously with a few other players missing. Staggard got through last week, I think. So look, this is a tough call. I'm gonna tick Anakie to tip him over today, I reckon.
Well, Staggard got through last week, mate. He's not in today. And side note, Grub, I ran into.
Hang on.
I ran into.
Just finish your food before you talk, will you?
Sorry, mate. Ran into Bowie Mack during the week at work.
Yeah.
Great Western.
Haven't won a game.
0-3.
and one lost by 10 goals.
They played the 3 best sides from last year.
I looked it up last week.
And haven't improved.
Yeah, I looked it up last week.
With that group they sent up there?
Yeah. Haven't won a game.
Yeah, haven't won a game.
Well, I tell you what.
They play the other side was in the 4 today.
Well, I tell you what, Tari ought to ring a few of them and get them back. Although he's got a couple of good kids out there, Tari, in his first year of coaching at Belpost Hill. Well, that's what Peter Kelly thought yesterday on the fixture. He asked him, "Is this your first year?" You could hear him. He was real shitty. He goes, "No, I've been here 6." And Peter Kelly goes, "Oh, sorry, mate." But yeah, look, Tari, he's got a good bunch of kids out there, and it's going to take a little bit of time. Unfortunately, when you got the kids, you have to have the experience. Is Yates back or not? Do you know that? Because they would have missed him dearly last week.
Jack Yates is back.
He's back. And there was someone else came out last week too that I can't remember. But with Josh Andrews and all those blokes coming in probably a little bit early. Hope they haven't gone too early and they'll be able to continue to play. Some of their good players. Quinny's playing all right. I saw Quinny play his first couple of games and I thought he's going to play in the fifths, this idiot. But I do know him, so don't.
Yeah, we know you know him.
But I tell you, he actually played some good footy last year and he's playing some really good footy this year. Now, you better say this for me because he's your mate. One of his young fellas got the best Vashusin.
Josh Vashurin. So young Henry Vashurin, yeah.
Henry,
And his brother Tom's playing the secondary, and I believe the other brother Lachlan's coming up as well, and they said he's the best of the three.
Okay, so there you go. So there's these kids that are going to take the place of the superstars and the legends that they've lost out at Belfast Hill.
But they're also the sons of players like the
Which
Martins,
is good.
And it's brilliant.
Yeah,
And, you can talk about Dan Clissold, even though his father's, bald and weird.
And ugly.
Yeah, I didn't say that, you did.
Hunter Norman, he's playing all right. He's played a couple of real good games. That Dave Norman's young fella. Big Brody Hecker was in the best. Jet Herman. We're yet to see the best of Jet Herman. I know he can play better than what he has played. I know he copped
we've
a
heard
few
that a
wins.
bit, haven't we?
Yeah, and I think as he gradually gets better, he'll show just how good he is. And Will Cairns, well, he's always in the best. Will Cairns, he's a terrific kid. But Anakie looked good to me last week. Till half time, they pushed Belmont. Couple little mistakes here and there that actually cost goals. You can make mistakes in football, and sometimes it doesn't cost you anything, and you get in at half time and you're a chance. But their mistakes cost them goals, and they were too far down at half time. But Lloyd, to me, I know we didn't give him the dinner for two, but to me he was easy, best on the ground. Crossett, Barter was very, very good. Dalhouse got a lot of the ball, but a lot of the ball that Dalhouse got come from Lloyd too, if you remember rightly. They had made a really good combination. Young Sim, he's a good kid. And Jordan Kavanagh, he's been around for a while now, and he's gone through the good times and the bad. They're going to have some good times, Anakie. There's no doubt about that. And I think they'll have another one today. I think they'll beat Belfast Hill today.
So they got a couple of outs from last week, haven't they? Jesse Mawson obviously not playing.
No, he's suspended.
Jake Mawson not there either.
Well, we know Jake's not there. Obviously,
Lloyd's
not playing.
Big one.
Have they brought any of the other players in, Lever or any of those blokes?
I'm not too sure, but Billy Goodwin, didn't he get suspended as well?
He got off. Nothing in that.
He's in the side.
Nothing in that. He got cleared.
I'm looking through the side, and none of the other big names are in. There's only, as far as I can see, Bosley and Dalhouse are the only two that I can see. Uji's
Bosley to me last week, he improved after half time. I think I don't know whether he's just starting to find his feet or whether he's just got that little bit more confidence in the players up the field, but he just seemed to be able to jump at a ball a couple of times and take good marks. And again, that's probably where the ground probably didn't suit him, being so small and confined. I think out at Anakie, just that little bit of ground, he'll have a bit more space out there. And it won't be long, I think, before he'll kick a bag full. And if that's today, then with him and Barter both in their forward half, they provide pretty good options for them. So
I hope it's against a really good side too.
Well, why is that?
Oh, well, you just want to kick goals against the good side.
Oh, you do. Yeah, well, that's right. Well, as I said, they basically 3 and 2 last week for your two key forwards. That was okay, and we know that Barter spent a bit of time in the ruck.
Spent a lot of time in the ruck after quarter time.
Yeah. So, and as I said, look, they've got the makings of a good side, and again, not too far away, but when you're playing with 50-50, you'd want to be doing that, I suppose.
So, Grub, I think for me, you hit the nail on the head. You said the ground didn't suit them. Was it you or Dale said the ground? Dale said the ground didn't suit them because the way the handballs from Lloyd to Dalhouse just seemed to be that bit shorter than they'd probably be used to, with a bit more space to move in, and or they could break a game open up there. No Sable and no Andrews today for Belfast Hill as well. So.
I love the two blokes that came in.
A couple of big outs that you probably should forward.
But you would love to have those other two blokes in and them staying.
That's what I said last week. They stay, you get Yates back and eventually Bowie Collins back, and all of a sudden they've got the makings of a side that can make the finals. Yeah,
you're right. So, you think, you hope they didn't just come back and sort of help for one game.
Well, they may have.
But then you don't put them in the ones. I don't care. You're that good. If you come back for one game, you're better off playing the kids if you're going to get beat anyway.
Depends. If they've been training up there full on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You do. But if they haven't been training, but I think they've been training. I'm pretty sure Tari wouldn't pick him out and say throw him in at twos. He's too smart for that, Tari. Don't worry about that.
Yep, fair enough. So at this stage, the game here in the twos is nearly finished, but about 30 seconds to go. Currently, East Geelong 9-9-63. Leading West 3-3-21, as I said, about 30 seconds left. Obviously, we'll cover the game here shortly. The other game could be interesting out at what's it called, Grubby?
Oh, some bloody
Town and Country
Pizza Oval. Oh, you beauty.
And as Flea's walked out, they're getting pizza on a Thursday night.
Oh, no, Flea won't walk out.
Thompson versus North Geelong. Grub?
Well, this is a tough one. A very, very tough one. You know, 5th versus 7th, 3 and 2, 2 and 3. And I just think North are a lot better than I thought they were going to be. I thought they might gradually get up. And I don't care actually where they sit on the table, these sides now, because it's so close. But I've actually seen them. We've seen them 2 weeks ago. And I thought they were okay. I think they've got a bit to go to get to the top sides. But I just reckon they're okay. And we've got to try and work out whether Thompson is one of the top sides. We just don't know yet. You know,
it's hard to read form in their book when they're studying it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just so hard for a lot of clubs too. But Pat Cleary had a pretty good game last week. That Rory Desnoy, he's a good kid. He looks like he's going to be a really good player. I think Mitchell Bibb kicked 4 and featured in their better players. Dalziel, Lukey Swenson, and McDonald. And look, you know, I think they need a ruckman because Blake Miller's the man you need down forward. And we said it last week with all this Robin Peter to pay Paul. You don't want Miller up. You want him to have a run there now and again, but you don't want him to go in there because your ruckman's getting beat. So, you know, hopefully they've got someone in there today that can hold his own against who? Does Cam go in there?
Well, Cam's your ideal man. He's the bloke that I think does the best work for them in there. He's a good... he's a good jumper.
Last week, wasn't he?
Hey?
I think he was best on from last week.
Yeah, look, I just think
he's
just a bonus. As I said, he's a good young kid. He jumps and runs. But as I said, with North Geelong, their mix was okay. They had to throw them in, but for how long do you put them in? I think in one of the duels, because he played in the seconds last week, he actually got dropped, and I couldn't believe that when I heard that. But anyway, I'm not coaching.
Could be reasons for that, mate, as we know.
Well, he's still coaching. He hasn't been sacked like someone else I know in here a couple of times. But yeah, look, Thompson, I've said it before, they've gone out and really beaten Bannockburn and Inverleigh when we didn't think they would. Lost a couple of games we thought they might win. Just got home in the first game against Winch. It just shows you, and I know I'm harping on it, but it just shows you how close and how tough this is. As you said, Cam was one of the best. Billy Smith's, I think he's going to, once he's starting to now, I've got a funny feeling he's going to start to dominate. He's played a great class of football. When we saw him that day, he wasn't great, but ever since he's done a bit more and a bit more. I just got this feeling, get him as 100% fit, playing, I think he could dominate Smiths. I think he's a great player. Mitch Sheedy was good. Charlie Donohue's always good. Diffie and Major. If it was at Keith Barclay, I'd be going for the Maggies, but it ain't. So I'm going to go for the Tommy Ties purely and simply for the fact that it's at the Town and Country Pizza Oval.
Town and Country Pizza Oval.
So you got, Freeman come back last week. So that was a bonus.
Yeah.
Freeman back. You've got Mowat back and Saligan back today.
Yeah, they're 3 pretty good players coming.
And Freeman with a game under his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those last two you mentioned there, Mowat and Saligan, are the 2 key blokes down back if they don't play Maguire back there. Now, I know that Lynchy's been a bit, not liberal with him, but I think he plays a bit on the wing sometimes, and it's just a luxury they might be able to do that with. McNamara.
No, McIntyre.
Sorry,
Maguire.
Maguire.
We're talking about the next game already. Yeah, McIntyre. Maguire. He's been very good.
Yeah, so I just
that's right, mate. Remember, I cleared Jordan Candice along the other week, so, you know.
Look, by all reports, North Geelong probably should have nearly beaten Bannockburn. You're right, Grub, what you said there. My concern is, who are they going to, if they're taking Blake Miller from that centre forward position, there's a fair bit of responsibility which comes back to Mitchell Bibb to kick goals, and also Fazio, we know got 3 against East Geelong a couple of weeks back. I don't know whether he featured again this week. They've got some good players back in. The Swenson boys, obviously, 2 of them back in the side. I'd love to see the 2 Jules in there because I think they provide some options for them because they've got a little bit of height. They both did a bit of ruck work last week, but and by all reports, Desnoy was really, really good again last week. Now, against East, I thought he was okay.
Yeah, good, just good.
Just good, yeah, but nothing special. We've heard about him. So they are starting to get a good group of players together. I just don't know whether they'll be able to cope with Thompson the way they are at the present time. So I'm going to tip Thompson at home by about 4.
Fazio got 4 last week, mate.
Oh, that's all right. So he's still getting them. That's good.
And the other Jules still not back in. Only Jackson's back.
Jackson in. Yep.
So, yep. So, all right, gents. On to this game. Geelong West obviously had a pretty convincing win last week. East Geelong, probably, it could almost, Belmont sitting 5 and zip probably gives them the right to be premiership favourites, but East Geelong will probably decide, the shock loss to Belpo still first up. They've been all right since. Rob?
Well, after seeing everybody except Winch to this date, today, I just think East and Belmont are the two best sides I've seen. And I don't think East are going at 100%. I still reckon they're about 80. They got a fair bit to do to play their best football. And why not? Why would you be playing it in May and April?
No point.
You want to be playing it, which they haven't done over the last few years, in August, September, and they haven't been able to do that. But if they can keep winning games playing at 80%, it proves that they are going to be very, very hard to stop for the rest of the year. Will they beat the Giants? Yes, I think they will. With the Giants, I just don't know too many of the people. I haven't seen them. We didn't see them much last year, which is a pity because we should come and see them a lot more. Jenkins, I do know. Viney's a good player. Harry Smith was fantastic last week. Marty Iannelli's been going for a couple of years now. He's a very
Marty's been going for about 45 years if he's still playing. I mean, Matty Iannelli.
Marty, what's the difference? Frank, I can't read me out right. I did speak to Frankie on the way in, as we did, and I spoke to Gus Primer. He's primed, all right. He's primed for a big, big day. And after Scotty Cow, his young bloke has a fight in Melbourne this morning. He's going to be here too. So we might have them pestering us after half-time, full of ink and being an absolute pain in the bum. And, of course, don't invite Stewie Scott here because you can never, ever shut him up. But it's a great day for the Past Players Day to do today. And I really hope they get a lot of enjoyment out of this. I really hope that the West, the Giants, really, really play the best footy they can play because I know they can play it. Don't think they can win today, but I really hope they make it go. I hope they win. But I'm not going to tip them. I'm going to tip East.
Dale.
Yeah, no, look, I haven't seen we haven't seen West at all, so it's really hard to see where they're at, what they're doing, and who's their better players can be. We know that they'll obviously want to put on a show here this afternoon for their past players. They've had some injury concerns again, like they've had in recent years, but ball reports their numbers are pretty solid right through. I think they still have 10 or 15 or 20 blokes missing out at reserve level. As to what quality they are, obviously, it makes it pretty hard, but you've got to give them an opportunity. They have been, I suppose we've expected Geelong West to show us a little bit more than they have, but I've seen East. I'm pretty impressed about the way they go about their football. Without mentioning their big key players, they just have a pretty good balance right across the ground now, and obviously getting stronger and stronger each week with players coming back into their side. East Geelong will be far too good here this afternoon, and I think if West can hold them to within 6 goals, I think they'll have done a good job.
I think West really will miss Carey. Obviously, Frangos, seen him wandering around with his arm. He's out for 6 weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, they said 6 to 8, I think.
But Carey, he broke his leg in about round 2.
Yep.
When you probably you need, you've probably got 25, 26 that you're picking from. When the better sides have got 30 to 32, you really can't afford to lose those targets and your key players, can you? I mean, no side really can, but other sides like your Bannockburns, Inverleigh, have been able to cover that. The best sides in the last few years been able to cover that because of their depth. Yeah. Whereas when you don't have that depth, and you've only got another 4 blokes that probably come into your side, because as we always say, your premierships aren't won by your best 6, they're won by your bottom 6.
Yeah.
Your depth is what wins you premierships, and it makes it hard when those sort of blokes. And what was his name? The full forward they had last year, Dyer.
Blake Dyer.
Like these sort of blokes not being around, and it just makes it tough for them, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it's more than that, and I probably shouldn't say it because I usually don't say things that I don't know, but probably 3 years ago, they got 3 or 4 players from the Ballaroon who look like, and I can't remember their names, but they're not around anymore. Yeah. And Blake Dyer's gone, so that means you have to go back and get some more. What you need is consistency and keep those players in your club, get them down to 1 and 2 pointers so you can get more in. And that's how the point system's going to work. And unfortunately, for one reason or another, they haven't been able to keep these blokes, and they've had to start again. So they look promising, and the year they did look promising, I think we went to East one day, and they had 9 senior players out. So they really got hit hard. That was the year they had the pretty good draw. So they've been a bit unlucky. Look, they've given Wilkie the arse, so I just thought maybe that's a step in the right direction.
But what's the first thing I went up there with soup to get power? What's the first thing Chris did? Come and got the power for us, mate. He can't help himself, can he? Fantastic bloke.
They've given him the flick, and I thought it was a big step in the right direction, but obviously not quite yet. Yeah.
But as I say, that almost reeks of sort of the GDFL. I won't say the FNL because it wasn't the netball league back in the 90s, where
is it still?
There was a lot of blokes who'd finished in the GFL had come back, or the Ballerino, when they were in their 30s and come and play 2 or 3 years at a club and almost like their pension, so to speak. It almost reeks of that. The blokes that come from Barwon Heads, weren't they? The ones that come over here from.
They're supposed to be the big gun. He hardly played. He was always injured, wasn't he?
Didn't he?
Full forward or something.
Didn't he come over injured?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know he didn't play a hell of a lot of football for them. So
you're right, Rob. And I think with the program you've got here, you're looking at the GFL side. They're on the improve. You've got that program you can tap into with juniors and all that sort of stuff. So you'd hope it flows on.
Yeah.
To here, and they start getting some of the GFL players when they're in their late 20s, not when they're near finish. If they're not getting a regular run in the ones, why wouldn't he come out and play ones in the GDFNL?
Well, exactly.
Well, their coach is now from there, so they've got, as I said, that adds to that as well, doesn't it? They've just got those blokes flowing back through.
2 or 3 others coming back through, so you'd like to see that. It might. As I said, it might. I mean, I know when the two clubs come together, there's a bit of a fractured relationship, and now I think things are a little bit better. But.
Well, I was only having a go at Wilkes before, as you know, but he's worked terribly hard to make them two factions come together.
I thought you were going to say that now Wilkes is gone, things have gotten better. But anyway.
No, he's worked terribly hard when
he
you're
did 10
being
years.
serious.
He did 10 years as president, and I don't care what anyone says. If you put your hand up for 10 years and done what you've done, he overseen the merger and the like. It's.
Yeah, well, he was the go-between. He was one of the blokes that got them two factions together. And I tell you what, I'm glad he did, because I'm glad we're here today. Because if we're at Baker's Oval, this bus would be in someone's backyard watching it.
Where would you park the bus?
In someone's backyard.
In the scout hall.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we used to be beside the club rooms. Same thing as here, pretty much.
Wow.
A long way from the other end.
Yeah,
well,
like we are today.
I was starting to reckon we're as far as we were as Belmont last week, mate, up on that hill, and I don't know.
Yeah, but you're elevated. It makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, true.
I might get the binoculars out for you, Smithy.
Well, I'm just about to need them, Grub.
Any chance?
Either I'll just take the glasses off. Actually, I can see better with them off.
Can we get the Eric Nichols clock out, please?
Well, we could, but it's beside this idiot's bedside table.
It's in a safe place. Don't worry about that.
And I'm telling you, it will be taken off you. You've got a big responsibility, and you've let us all down. Luckily, there's a clock on the scoreboard. I hope that works.
Grub, one problem with that, man. He's going to take it off if he keeps forgetting to bring it.
Oh, well, he's got to bring it one day, and it's going. I'll be taking it.
So you both think East will win today?
Yes.
Dale?
Oh, yeah, I think East, yes.
We've both already tipped them, so
I think
what would you ask us?
Because I'm trying to fill time for the next 2 minutes, Grub.
East by an excess of 6 goals, mate, I think.
In excess of 6? Oh, here we're going to start early. Rightio, Dale, away you go, mate.
So Soby's going to be doing the ruck work. Reece Ginn obviously in there doing the ruck work for Geelong West. He gets the first touch on the ball. Ball runs towards centre forward. It's picked up, cleared away. McIntyre it was. It goes outside. Actually, it was Bartel. Got
Sammy!
He ends up there. Sammy Lowe's got the ball in his hands now. At centre half back, and he'll go out wide to McLaughlin. And good choice of this direction here, straight in front of us. Now McLaughlin, he runs, carries, and kicks long towards centre wing. Soby's been in best position. Ball gets over his back. Mark not taken by Ezra. Ball hits the ground, picked up there. McIntyre overhead over it. Couldn't win possession of it. And now it's going to be held up. The umpire coming in very quickly.
Who are the umpires?
Yes, no, I can't tell you that, Grub.
Daniel Hitchcock, Simon Patterson, and Daniel Wilson. We're going to get a good day today.
Ball from the ruck contest. Ball comes out. That's what we're hoping for, Grub. Ball runs back towards the boundary line. And it will run over the boundary line. Thomas Burke there for the Geelong West side. He will see the ball over the boundary line. Clock has been started, Spider, so Moosey's doing his job. The ball is thrown in by the ruckman. Again, Reece Ginn goes after the ball, couldn't pick the ball up. Now they deliver the ball from the centre wing. They go in towards their half-forward line. McLaughlin leads in the race for the ball. Beardsall picks the ball up, got out of trouble, put himself back in it, that he's able to spin out. A short kick back towards centre wing. The mark has been taken by Brown, and he will go back and kick the ball back into their forward line. Goes short.
Didn't quite make the forward line.
No, he went short. Was a good kick. Goes into their forward line this time. Mark not taken out there. Again, Sam Lowe head over the contest. Ball comes out into the hands there of Stan Chewy. He gives it back to Reece Ginn. He's been prominent so far. Kicks long into their forward line. Good mark up in front. Not taken. Nelly gets the ball over the top. First shot at goal is by Craven. He shoots a goal through for a minor score. So it is 1 behind to the Geelong West side. East Geelong are yet to score. We've gone just on 2 minutes. Morris Finance first got a scoreboard.
I meant to ask Wilkes about Stanchu. I reckon he was umpiring.
Yeah, he was.
And he comes back last week. I think he kicked 3 last week. He's a good little kid, good little player, but obviously he wasn't much of an umpire.
So McLaughlin for East to bring the ball back in. Looking for Lee. Lee puts her hands up, takes a fantastic grab between two Geelong West players. Plays on straight away, runs across the half back line. Going forward here, not a great kick there. Looking for Mulville. He does what? Fighting hard, does very, very well. Handballs right to low on the left foot. Smothered beautifully there by Richmond. Ball's fed back out. Comes to Brown. Brown now for Geelong West. Chips along the line, and the wind gets hold of that one. Jack Beardsall shall take the resultant free kick. True centre wing here at West Oval. We have ticked over nearly 3 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard now. Beardsall plays on. Calls for the players to come at him. Drives it very, very low. Ezza can't take it. Spills, well, it wasn't Ezza, it was McKinnon. Spilt the mark. Goes out of bounds in front of... Is that low again up there, mate? He's everywhere, is he?
Oh, he's going to the Hotham, I reckon.
3 already, has he?
But he will come across the road and call into the yards first, I'll betcha.
Yeah, undoubtedly. So the ball being thrown in now, half forward for East Geelong. Okay, Sobey wins that tap down, goes to Bartel, couldn't grab it cleanly, wrapped up straight away by Brown. The umpire comes in and says, I will ball it up. Much like last week. Benjamin thrown, ball up straight away. Ball in the air now. Sobey beaten for that one by Gin, over the back, falls out. Quick handball coming out. No, could have been pushing the back there. Umpire said no, too high.
Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy Bartel plays on straight away. Bartel drives East Geelong long. Ball beats everybody, falls out the back. Picked up there by, Smith? Smith couldn't quite control it. And we'll have another banjo line thrown I'm going to guess about 35 around from the point post aisle, because we are a long way away, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, Spud.
That's okay. We can move the bet.
I'm only about 16 inches.
Yeah, right.
From the TV screen.
Yeah. I think you're talking
Actually,
stuff up.
So easy to call from.
Ball comes in now. McKinnon wins that one down clearly. Beats everybody out. It's picked up there by Keane for Geelong West, but he can't control the ball. Beats everyone out.
Free kick.
Has a free kick been paid to him.
Hold, you think?
Hold. So Sterling Keane here for Geelong West. Long down the line again. Best position, Gin flies. Ball comes to ground. Picked up by Sammy Lowe. Gets the handball out very, very well. Quickly on the boot there was, I couldn't remember, it was Dixon. So Mark's been taken here. We've got another chance. We could drive the ball in for East Geelong. So this is Hoff. Makes it a bit easier, the long sleeve jumpers. So Hoff is backing himself from here. Be kicking from just about right on the 50, I reckon. No, now he goes short. The lead's on. Chopped off there. Bad luck, not a great kick. So ball spills free. Hoff goes back and gets it. Throws on the boot. It's going a long way up. Crombie flies. Brings the ball to ground. Falls back to Sammy Lowe. Drives East Geelong forward again. And luck is a bit of a fortune, I think. And Smith has taken a mark, 25 out on a 45-degree angle. So has a chance to bring up East Geelong's first and the first goal of the game. 5.5 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter. So Zach Smith coming in now. Little bit of approach, puts the ball onto the boot, has pushed it right across the face of goal. Wind's bringing it back, only through for a minor score. So all tied up here, one behind each. We've gone at 6 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
I don't think there's a wind advantage. I reckon the wind's blowing straight across the ground. If you look at those trees, I reckon it's blowing straight across the ground, and both sides kick the ball pretty well into it or against it in the second.
Kick in from Justin Carey didn't have the desired effect, and Mulville has slipped in and taken a mark, left footer, right side of the ground, and he will go back and have another shot for East Geelong. I reckon the way the wind's blowing, the right-hand post will be his option here.
Yeah.
Just let the ball do a bit of work.
Well, I think Smith's shot for goal a minute ago was against the wind, like into the wind.
Looks like it didn't. Yeah, he struck the meat from that distance, didn't he? So Mulville now from that far pocket kicks that goal. Gone forward this year, and that's why he has gone forward, because I think that went straight back over the umpire's head, and it did. 1-1 to the East Geelong side. Geelong West are one behind. We have travelled 6.5 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Well, you definitely can't judge the win by the way that kid kicks a football, because he is all class. Don't worry about that. He's just getting better and better and going to be a great player. But look, pretty good play by East. They just kept it in there, like we say each week. They kept it in there. West got it down here early and couldn't keep it in there. And that might be the tail of the tape for the day, I reckon. Keep the ball in your forward line, you get more chances to kick goals.
So back on the ruck in the middle of the ground now. Sobey's doing the work. Gin's also there. Ball back in the hands of Gin, taken out by McIntyre over the top. Ends up in the hands of Crombie. Kicks the ball back into their half-forward line. Definitely ball travelled well there. Again, running after the contest there was Simons. And he runs the ball over the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in again back in the half-forward line. East Geelong back in attack. Club room side of the ground. Thrown back in by the umpire. Both Ruckman at it. Sobey a little push in the back, I would have thought, but the umpire let it go. He goes back and gets the ball now. Kicks into their forward line. Over the back to Wezard. Handballs back to a runner inside. Going to end up with McIntyre. Try to fend off. Got the handball outside again. Back to Wezard. He's held up and ball not coming out. Umpire says, let's have it back. 20 out from the east goal. Ball quickly in the air by the umpire. Ball comes out of that contest and at ground level. It's actually not coming out of the contest. It's been held up, and again, umpire said, "Oh, he's done a decision there, holding the ball." And it's going to be Archer that's got the ball. He goes in short to Anakie, plays on quickly, goes back towards centre wing. Ball gets over the top. Beardsall ran past the ball, picked up out there. Right. I think that was Woodhouse. He was tackled, brought to ground, and that was a good call there because he has been taken high. So Woodhouse from just attacking side of centre wing goes out short. Mark taken out there, this time by Dunlop. So Dunlop asking players to come at him, so he's got a couple of short of options. Now we have to kick a little bit longer. Goes into the half-forward line, and the only one that went for it, that was the only one that went for it, and that was McLaughlin, and he takes the mark as a player across the ground. Dangerous kick. No. He's turned the ball over, and the mark has been taken at centre half forward. So West now with an opportunity to go short. That was a little bit too short. Oh, Craven, the umpire's call play on. Again, a second option. That's goes outside, short. And the ball has been picked up there by Jenkins. Kicks towards goal, but way offline. Out of bounds on the full. Put himself under a fair bit of pressure there. Free kick will go to Dixon. So Dixon now in the back pocket. I think he'll like those options, and he'll go straight and he'll go long. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to go back towards the centre wing position. Ezard doesn't even put his hands up. Ball back at the front of the contest. Picked up out there by Jenkins. He's tackled straight away. Umpire comes in quickly. Ball up to take place in front of where we sit here. Half forward line. Geelong West getting their attacking end. Sobey the ruckman. Reece Gin does nicely. Ball goes back into the hands of Jenkins. Ball is touched off the line. Ball runs over the boundary line, and we will have a throw in again. 25 around from the behind post. Craven looks like he's going to do some ruck work now, putting his hand in the air.
So, ball to be thrown back in, Sobey and Craven. Sobey works to the front, fists the ball down, but only as far as Anakie. Anakie went to go around, was wrapped up, one-handed handball. Umpire's called advantage. I don't think there's much of an advantage there.
No, he hasn't.
He's done very well. He's called it back. So, Hoff, who laid that tackle, had a shot at goal not long ago, or took a mark inside the forward 50s, now in defensive 50 for East Geelong.
Tough decision, that, isn't it? Yeah, like that one last night when Cameron kicked that goal at Geelong, and the umpire got that 100% right. He'd already blown his whistle and said no advantage. Don't worry about that.
It was a 3-on-1 contest down the ground, Grubb, so I think you're absolutely right, mate. Absolutely spot on. So Hoff goes across to Beardsall now. Beardsall takes on Craven and runs. Gets away from him, drives the ball wide outside there looking for King, but didn't hit the ball overly well. The ball runs out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in on the far side of the ground here at West Oval between centre and half-forward for Geelong West. So Sobey and Gin work their way over to the contest. Boundary up, he's got the good side to be on. Throws the ball, and Sobey just uses his body, pushes away. Crombie takes the ball out of the pack, drives it long down the line. Ball comes to the ground. Bartel picks it up, runs out of space, and we'll have another boundary lines throw in just forward of centre now for East Geelong.
Well, I wasn't sure it was his body. I thought he just pushed him.
Okay, Grubb, I just went with his body because,
Because that's what they all say these days.
Yes, 11
when
minutes.
When they push them.
11 minutes, Morris Finance first quarter, ball thrown in. Now, Sobey just does what he wants there. Gets the ball out towards King. King handles the ball over to Lowe. Wasn't a great handball, but Lowe keeps paddling it forward. Finally collects it, throws it onto the right boot, and... Oh, no. Had a teammate all on his own there in the goal. Well, just outside the goal square. Couldn't quite take the mark. No, it wasn't Smith. No.
Mulville.
The Mulville.
Mulville. Gee.
Mulville. So Sammy Lowe registers his first behind. The second for East Geelong. They moved to 1-2, leading West 1 behind. Ball comes back in quickly. Spills free now, running through. Went to pick the ball up there was Richmond. Couldn't quite do so. So ball spills at the back again now. Ball almost out of bounds, hasn't quite done it. Now the umpire says it has. So we'll have a ball up, throw in, right on the 50-metre line for East Geelong, right in front of the social rooms here, or the East Geelong coaches box. So
looks like Gin's going to be the only ruckman here now because the ball is tapped down. Yes, ball comes through the front of the contest, picked up out there, and Burke tries to get out of the contest. He was tackled very quickly. Umpire in and takes possessions. Ball up to where we had the last throw in.
Why do they have to nominate?
Well, I don't know.
And if two go up, you pay the free kick. So
the ball comes out of that contest, goes forward there by McKinnon, goes into their forward line, ground level. Smith had it, lost it, picked up Mulville, running back towards the goals. He kept it in the field of play, but handed it back to Richmond of West, and the ball now with the hands of Archer. His little kick didn't hit the target. There's been a free kick, pushing the back. It's going to go back to Archer. So Archer now with the ball on in between the back pocket and half back.
He's not in any hurry, is he?
Nah, he's just not too much movement forward of the ball either at this stage. So now he's going to bring it to the clubroom side. Goes back just short of centre wing in front. Good mark. I would have paid that turn. I think that's Craven out there. Started deep in the forward line. We just asked him to come back a couple of steps, and he's done that now. So Craven now. Short kick. Goes in towards the centre wing position. Not too sure why they're going short all the time, but it's Osselbrook now with the ball. He goes quickly into the middle of the ground. Marcus taken out there. Simons again, quick movement, goes out looking for Smith, attacking the ball. West Geelong, they bring ball to ground, picked up by King, back to side to the Hoff, is it?
The Hoff, yep.
Yes, and he's taken a mark about centre half forward position. Can go back now and shoot for goal.
You just reckon, and I know it's early in the game and you're sort of all keen on that, but the West boy went up and got 2 fists to it and punched it away. You know, mark the bloody thing.
So
you mark it, the ball's down here.
So Hoff now from just inside 50, kicks a goal. Ball is coming across in the breeze, and he's come a long way across in the breeze. So he has his first score of the afternoon. It's in Biner. 1-3 now East Geelong. Geelong West on 1 behind. 14 minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Ball to be brought back in here. That wind really grabbed hold of that one, didn't it? So you're right, Grub, coming across the ground. So play it on immediately. Targets out this side of the ground. It's probably a smarter kick coming inwards, but Lee flies, brings the ball to ground, does well, picks it back up. Bartel runs past the handball, picks the ball up off the ground, picks smothered, handball, quick handball out here, lands in the hands of Pollard. Pollard does well, gets the ball out across again, running out of space here, but picked it up, another quick handball forward. So West just doing what they can to move it forward. Picked up by McLaughlin, gets it out, Pollard picks it up again. Ball picked up by Lee and taken over the line. So West with a chain of about 5 or 6 handballs, just constantly moving the ball forward, put the pressure on, and gained themselves about 50 metres in the end. So we've got 2 ruckmen this time, so it looks like Deng's going to go up here against McKinnon. So McKinnon in front, wins the tap down, but it's sharked there by Burke. Burke with a quick little left foot kick, chopped off here by Bartel, wrapped up immediately, and we'll have a ball up right on the half-forward flank here at West, right in front of the commentary box. Ball goes up in the air. Then goes McKinnon, gets a hand to it. Gets it out to Simons. Simons goes to Bartel. Bartel over the top to King. King goes back to Simons. Made him stop and prop. He's wrapped up. Gets the ball out free. Can't be gathered there. Now it's picked up all of a sudden by Facey. Facey turns around. He's got players loose in the pocket, but the kick can't quite get there. And Dixon comes across and spoils Brown, who had made good position, but obviously Facey on the wrong side of the body. Left foot instead of right. Couldn't quite make the distance. So ball to be thrown back in. Got McKinnon versus Deng again now. McKinnon just grabs it out of the air. He's wrapped up. He's got nowhere to go. The umpire says, I'll have it. So I'll have a ball up in the exact same spot. So Deng and McKinnon to do the job again. So McKinnon comes up over the top, taps the ball down. Players immediately jump on it. Stacks on the mill now. Quick handball coming out. Wasn't really successful, but picked up now. Nowhere to go. Right on the 50-metre line here for Geelong West. We've travelled 16 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard here at West Oval. So he's East Geelong 139, leading Geelong West 1 solitary behind.
So Ruckman go at it this time. Ball comes out of that contest. Going after it hard there was Jenkins. Couldn't pick the ball up cleanly. Got back off his feet and he's trying to win possession in the hands of Brown. Goes deep into their attack. Spoiled by Lee. Punches it back towards the goal line. Will he see it over? Yes, he will. Push through for a minor score. Geelong West to 2 behinds. 1-3 to East. And it's going to be McLaughlin now bringing the ball in. So McLaughlin now decides to go short, and he did to Beardsall. He's going to get another option shorter again. Dangerous kick, but it's hit the target. King takes the mark. Outside now to Monaghan. The kick's not going to meet the target there, and the ball's picked up out there by Roberts. He was dispersed. Well, the ball was taken from him, and it goes over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw-in which will take place. Right on the half-forward line here. 50-metre arc. Ball to be thrown back in. Lee doing the ruck work. Deng also. Ball, Deng tries to get it up over the top. Went after it again. Tried to pick the ball up. Does so on the ground. Lies over the top, but lucky he was upright. He might have been in trouble otherwise.
Yeah.
So both players, umpire just confirming again. Ball from Deng comes out of the contest. Picked up out there. Simons. Handball goes over the top. Went into the hands there of Brunt. Got the handball back to Lee. Lee outside to McIntyre. He's trying to run after the ball. Collects it, but is pushed over the boundary line. And we're going to have a throw-in which will take place again. And just short of centre wing.
Current scores see Corio 14, Inverleigh 0, Winch 7, Belmont 1, Werribee 14, Bannockburn 6, Anakie 9, Belpo still 7, and Thompson, North Geelong tied up at 7 apiece.
Righto, ball from the ruck contest. It's a bit of ping pong there. Ball ends up in the hands of Brown, goes forward towards Craven. He can't, didn't want to pick the ball up. Now he lays a pretty good tackle on Brunt. Umpire said there, no prior opportunity. A ball up which will take place between centre wing and half forward. Geelong West attacking end. Ball up there. Lead up over the top this time. Goes back towards McIntyre. Boots the ball. Goes round the body towards the boundary line. And will be seen over. I reckon that might be Frats there that gets the ball over the boundary line. So umpire now just getting the ball delivered to him from back beyond the fence. Thrown back in again. Ruckman at it. Lee front position. Ball drops short. Might have been a bit lucky there that there was a tap of the ankle there. So free kick is going to go to Jenkins. So he's one possession of the ball. He goes short again. They're looking to an option towards centre half forward. Stan Chewy come out. Mark not taken. Picked up Bartel. Goes to Beardsall. Beardsall kick was taken off his boot. Picked up by McIntyre. Strong tackle. Craven. Ball is going to be held up. So we're going to have another ball up. So neither side can really clear any congestion, so they need to get it out. Yeah, pretty much at the moment. The wind might be having more an effect than we think. So ball from that contest goes out the back. Frats had it. Handball didn't hit the target. Going after the ball there was Archer, it was. No, it wasn't. It was, it doesn't matter now because it's in the hands there of McKinnon. He goes long into their forward line, and the ball will be over the boundary line and run to the umpire with a throw-in. So we tick over 19.5 minutes. It is 1-3 East Geelong, 2 behinds to Geelong West.
I must say, Smithy, with the wind blowing this side of the ground, across to this side of the ground, we might get a fair bit of footy over here today.
Thank God for that.
Rucks go up, ball comes down, Crombie picks it up, wrapped
well,
up.
that's sling. That is a sling tackle. Great umpiring.
Well, it's great umpiring. Good call, Grub. So Crombie now for East Geelong, about 60 out from his own goal. Looking at options, gets one, chips one up, looking for someone to run on it. Doesn't quite happen that way. Knocked over the boundary line there. But Geelong West will have a boundary line throw in about 15 metres further around from the kick was taken. So Ian Alley looks like he's got the job on McIntyre. They're standing side by side. So interesting contest. Ball thrown in now. So McKinnon goes up, brings the ball down. Hits the front of the pack. Picked up very nicely there by McKinnon himself. Does his own work. But the kick is not great. And kicking under pressure. Ball floats out of bounds here. With the aid of the breeze coming across.
Not sure that I'd be doing that. I just think Ian Alley's still one of their better players. Yeah. Maybe you find someone else to run with McIntyre. Let Ian Alley do his thing.
Well, obviously the ball's touched off the boot because we've got a throw in now. McKinnon and Gin going at it. Are they bringing the ball down? McKinnon does well. Picked up quick kick out of the air. I didn't see who did.
Well, that one wasn't touched off the boot.
That wasn't touched off the boot. That was Crombie, I think, threw that one on the boot. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And we'll have a free kick now to Geelong West. So just looking for options. Are they going to go short across goal? No.
Oh, I hope not.
Change his mind there.
Don't do that.
Trying to come down the line here. Looking for Roberts. Roberts, no. It wasn't out in the full. The mark's been taken anyway. So what's the umpire said?
Is this a new
Dixon's
bloke in
taken the
Dixon?
mark.
Came in last week and started.
Yeah, he looks
so
like
McIntyre's got the ball now. Looks to actually centre the ball a bit better towards the Smith direction. Ball's punched away, hits the ground. Couldn't quite pick it up, was Mulville. So the ball's gone across the boundary line. Seems to be the dead pocket today, gents.
Yeah, well, that's what's happening at the moment. You take a risk, you run the risk, and who knows, it might pay off for you.
So Sobey and Jin to do ruck. 20 metres out from East Geelong goal. Jim wins that one down comfortably. Pick handballs up towards Frats. Frats comes out again towards Archer. Archer's short kick is chopped off here by Lowe. Lowe has one in short. So the umpire says not 15, goes to Monaghan. Monaghan chips the ball across to McLaughlin. And he's got time on the far side to set this up. Chips it in, looking for Smith. Doesn't quite get there. Goes under his feet. Come in now. McKinnon can't wrap it up and bring it in, so we'll have another boundary line thrown. At least it's the attacking side of the ground. We've gone 22 and a half minutes. Morris Fine its first quarter scoreboard. East Geelong 139, leading Geelong West 2 behinds. So this is the side we're kicking goals from, I think. So Sobey.
Oh, no doubt.
Sobey to do battle here. Well, he pretty much went up on his own. Jin coming a bit late, but he's done well there. Jin gets the handball at himself. Ball punched forward by Monaghan. He gets the ball back from McIntyre. So chipped out, handballed out towards Crombie. Crombie overruns it. Now pick up quick handball out. Coming through with Jin again. Gets a handball away to Brown. Brown with a nice little handball to Keane. Keane wrapped up, but the ball turns over now. Beardsall for East Geelong. Just drives it long. Looking for Smith. Couldn't quite take the mark. Geelong West now. A couple of bounces coming out of defence. Steadies up. Kicks the ball down the line to absolutely no one in particular. So picked up there and... picked up there by Dixon, whose handball is not that great. Chopped off by Stanchu, but then Dixon backs
had it
up.
Too long, son.
And wraps Stanchu up in a great tackle and wins the free kick. So Dixon now plays on. Comes long down the line. Numbers here at the back. Good fist forward. Goes towards Craven. Craven is beaten by the ball. No, it wasn't actually Craven. It was Roberts. Roberts beaten by the boundary line. So
that's when you punch it.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, not when you're in front. When you come from behind, you punch it. That's a good footy.
Sobey works over with Deng here, right in front of the commentary box. Ball goes up. Sobey in front, wins a tap down straight to Crombie. Crombie runs on the left foot. Kicks it. Unfortunately, you put air in it that close to the line, she's going to blow over. So another free kick. 24 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. Short kick in, finds Ianelli. It's barely gone the 15, but the umpire said that's fine. So Matty Ianelli now sizing up his options down the line. He leads. He's going to have to go along now, no choice. Sells the old dummy, goes long down the line now. Nice little kick in front was Craven, couldn't quite take it. Knocks the ball out, the Stanchion's advantage, but McLaughlin just picks it up.
We're going to pace on this kid.
Like a greyhound, chips the ball. It's a great little kick over the top. They're in at the Zimmer. Zimmer goes even longer down towards Smith. Smith's got a bit of room here to move. Picks the ball up, throws on the right foot, and has kicked the second for East Geelong. They move to 2-3-15, leading Geelong West, 2 solitary behinds. We've gone 25 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
How important is that? We've got a game that's scrappy, they're tackling, the ball's bouncing on the ground over the boundary line, and no one can get out. And then comes along a bloke with a stack of pace who just smashes them open. Down they go, over to Smith, goal. And that's why they'll win this game if that keeps happening. With a bloke of that pace, he just smashed the whole game open, and that's great footy to watch.
So back in the middle now. Sobey and Jin go at it. Sobey puts the knee up and protects the space. King runs off the line very, very well.
He's holding the ball
very far. He's in trouble here.
Yes, good decision.
What a great tackle by Burke there from Geelong West. So they have a chance to now go forward. He comes out here looking for, and Craven couldn't quite take the mark. Wasn't interfered with. That's well done by Lee, but Craven gives a bit of a fend off. Now Crombie runs through, does the same thing you talk about with McLaughlin doing, mate, and he drives East Geelong forward. Bit of a wrestle up there. Ball comes to ground. Ezard, very clever, taps it straight over, the back to Zimmer. Zimmer strolls in and kicks the second goal in less than a minute for East Geelong. That's their third. They move to 3-3-21, leading Geelong West Giants, who are 2 behinds. We have gone, I don't know, because we've got no clock in the Geelong Hotel sponsorship up there. 26 minutes, is it? Thank you very much to Tyler. 26 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Well, you called it, and I'm like a broken record. But again, this time Crombie broke it open with a bit of pace. Down the ground, goal. I'm just looking around to find a bloke from West who can do that, because they're going to need to do that, because that's what's killing them. You've had, 22 minutes of rubbish and 2 minutes of champagne football.
So back in the middle we go this time. Gin up over the top again, comes out. Crombie with that nicely through the contest, ends up in the hands of Kings, goes into the half-forward line, bounces over the top. Ezard has another fine tap, picked up by McIntyre, can go at goal. You had 2 in a minute, now it could have been 3, but the ball is touched on the line through for a minor score. 3-4 East Geelong, 2 behinds Geelong West, and 26, almost 27 gone in this first quarter.
It's like someone's just flicked a switch.
Yeah, they've obviously found that little bit of space they needed. Ball in from full back short. Mark will be taken out there by Edwards. Defended okay so far, Edwards, but has the ball. Let's keep the ball this side of the ground, mate. Don't go the other side, not this late stage of the game. Good Joyce goes out in front. Craven, good pair of hands this time. And he has come up with the mark. So half back line, short. Kick was okay, into the hands there of Burke once again. So he's looking to go across the ground. I thought he's going to take him on, gets around the mound and the mark, kicks long, in towards their half-forward position. Mark will be taken out there, Woodhouse, just as attacking side of centre wing. So Woodhouse now, he drives a little bit longer, goes towards Deng and Sobey. Sobey just flicks the ball down to the front of the contest, runs over and will be thrown in just outside the Geelong West forward 50.
Ideal spot for you, Dale.
Magnificent spot. They can play here all day if they like. Jen doing the ruck work. So Jen and Sobey. Ball's thrown up by the umpire or thrown in. Jen over the top, did that nicely. Picked up King, handball through. Went to Crombie. Out the back to McIntyre. Got the handball only away, put King under pressure. Good defensive work there from West. Deng, I don't know whether he saw the man at centre forward, but he went in that direction. McLaughlin made a contest. Monahan turns up, they support for him, got the handball out the back, missed his target, picked up Woodhouse, heads back towards goal. Umpire said he's been pushed, and a free kick will go to Cade Woodhouse. He's about 25 out, directly in front. And we said we don't know the kicking ability of this player, but we'll soon find out. So an opportunity for West, their first goal of the afternoon, and they desperately need one at this stage. He comes in, kicks that goal.
Oh, now we do.
Shocker off the boot. That's out of bounds on the full.
Kicks like Spider Brady.
That was a bit close for mine end up, Grub. Mine would have been in the yards.
Bearsall decides to play on from that centre, a fullback position, goes out long. Ezard made the contest, comes to the front of the contest. West, they work hard, picked up by Frats. That was he was over the boundary line when he did it, thank God, because he was a bit lucky there. Well, otherwise, it should have been Grub.
Well, he had Pryor as well, because he did the fend off. So you lose your Pryor straight away when you do that. It's lucky it went over the line because he was gone.
So Sobey and Gin doing the ruck work once again. Gin sitting off the contest, wants to get a run at the ball. Ball falls a little bit short. Umpire said we're going to do that again, are we?
Yes.
Yep.
You might have got your wish, mate. Looks like Burke's running with McIntyre now.
I'd rather that.
Crombie and Ian going head to head.
So the ball thrown in again. Ruck contest. Gin in front of the contest. Gets the ball down. Tries to get through it. Oh, he did that nicely. Otherwise, he's going to be pinged, I reckon. Goes into the half-forward line. Brown couldn't take the mark over the top. Monahan. Support comes there, and they're working pretty hard now. West picked up out there and kicked forward again by Jenkins. That is wide and will stay wide. Ball will be back in the hands of East Geelong and Jack Beardsall. So Beardsall now, he goes short. Ooh, dangerous kick, but he's got the target in Bartel. Runs past, gets the handball again. Long, out wide, got players free. Mark taken out there, McKinnon it is. He turns and goes. He's got a player. Oh, it's in the hands of McLaughlin. If he can get this and take off, look out. No, he stopped, been held up. Siren sounds, and that will end the first quarter here. Seeing East Geelong going at 3-4, leading Geelong West 2 behinds. Goal kickers for the East Geelong side. Smith, Zimmer and Mulville all have one. Take a short break, come back, go through first quarter action here. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
22 leading Geelong West, 2 behinds. Just quickly before we go to Grub for his thoughts around the grounds. Corio 27 lead Inverleigh 6. Belmont 25 lead Winch 14. Werribee 46 lead Bannockburn 18. Belpo still 15 lead Anakie 11. North Geelong 15 lead Thompson 8. Grubby, your thoughts, mate?
Oh, look, I've got to admit, I hate saying it because we love the GDFL so much, but gee, the first 24 minutes, 23 minutes of that quarter was just not great to watch. There was West were going short, but they were missing targets. You know, East couldn't get the breakaway. I'll give West one thing: they had a lot of pressure at the man with the football. But I think East had the football a lot more, but they just pressured him. And it wasn't really until really late in the quarter when, as you call it, the pace of McLaughlin and the pace of Crombie broke the game open. And I think that'll be the story of the day. If they can keep breaking it open, well, we might be going home at half-time, game over. But if West can continue that pressure and keep pressuring them, they've got to get their own kicking skills a little bit better because, look, I must admit, they haven't really looked like one bloke had one shot and went out in the fall. They haven't really looked like actually kicking a goal much. So they've really got to try and, you know, I know if they take a risk and they go across the ground or whatever, they try and break it, I know there's a chance that East will come back and it'll hurt them. But I think you've got to try that. You can't just put pressure on blokes all day and then just, you know, hope that the other mob won't kick too many goals because that's a game that you can't win. And at this stage of the year, you've got to win games and you've got to play footy to win. And one perfect analysis of that is I reckon Matty Ianelli is one of the better players for West. He's been a very, very good player. But at the boundary throw-ins, the first couple, he had his back to the footy and he had his hand on McIntyre and making sure McIntyre wasn't going to do anything. And then in the second half of the quarter, he was doing it to Crombie. Matty, you're as good a player as I've seen at West, and you're a very good player. Bloody will make them come to you. You go and get the ball because that's what you're good at. Forget about the defence of those blokes. You get the footy because he's good enough to do it. Good players was hard with West because like young Frats was all right. Woodhouse did a couple of nice things down here with a poor kick, Burke. Jenkins looks a pretty good player. I think he'd be all right. Gin early in the quarter was good. East, well, there's quite a few at East. I thought Beardsall coming out of the back line was terrific. Crombie did his bit. Low early, but he faded in that quarter. Monahan always gets it. Zimmer was good. Dixon, he looks a good player. We mentioned him in the call. He came in last week for Wallace Gemmell. I think I said like for like. Well, Gemmell's a pretty good player, but this bloke looks like he's even better. He looks like he could be a good player. Simon's early. Melville early. McIntyre always gets the footy. Look, good quarter by East in the finish once they broke away. One other thing I meant to mention, this week is Umpires Community Week. I forgot to mention that. So you blokes, keep off the umpires. Don't go bagging them. All right?
Right, Grub.
But one thing I did notice, I see it at league football all the time. A bloke gets a kick, and it's just natural that all the umpires just follow the ball. All right? And sometimes you get it down the ground one you don't pick. This bloke out here, I don't know which one he is, a couple of times the ball got kicked, and he had his back completely to the play, right? Just watching where the bloke kicked it from. So any infringement, he was going to pick up. So you blokes, be on your best behaviour because you're going to get caught because he's doing a really good job in that. I like to see that.
I feel another dinner for two coming along here.
No, there won't be. Well, we didn't actually mention it, did we? The dinner for two, one of the dinner for twos last week went to young Clark, the umpire, did a fantastic job, and, you know, I think the umpire's been very, very good.
So we're back in the middle of the game and started once again. Gin up over the top. The ball comes to ground. Again, it's not cleared away. Osselbrook had it, but it's locked up and it's picked away there by Burke. Kicks the ball into their forward line. That's a good positive start. Ball now runs back towards the boundary line, so they need to work hard there. They've done that pretty nicely. Ball's in the hands of Stan Chewy. He goes backwards 15 metres. Wasn't a great kick. Well, he put his teammate under a bit of pressure, but Jenkins was equal to the opportunity. Now he put his other teammate under a bit of pressure. Was out of the contest. Thought he should have kicked the ball, but has now been held up. So East Geelong, some reprieve there. Ball on centre wing.
Well, I said West were putting a lot of pressure on East in that first quarter. East had a fair bit of pressure of their own.
So the ball now from that ruck contest goes back towards the boundary line. Osselbrook got himself out of the contest. Kick, little one, was okay. Went in the hands of Hoff. Couldn't take it cleanly. Now at ground level, picked up again. Ball comes out through Jenkins. Reece Gin couldn't take clean possession either. Lays a good tackle. Umpire says, let's have it back. We'll have another ball up, which will take place. And not too far from the last ball, quickly up by the umpire. Sobey this time taps the ball back. Brooks tried to tap the ball forward, was successful in doing so, but only as far as Frats. He couldn't pick the ball up. He went back after it again, picked up out there. Lowndes got the handball outside, ends up in the hands of McIntyre. He's tackled, got a little boot to ball. Again, now they're working pretty hard. Picked up King. Running player outside was Lowndes, left to behind. Into the hands now of Burke over the top. Have a player free. Can they use him? They've got players out now. Not too sure where they want to go. Kicked forward there by Dunlop. His kick wasn't great. In the hands of Dan Turns. Looks at goal. He's off line with the breeze. And through for a minor score. So the first score of the second quarter is to Geelong West. They move to 3 behinds. And East Geelong on 3-4. 1 minute 44. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard with Beardsall now doing the kicking in duties. So Beardsall, he's going to come, club room side. Short kick out into the hands of McIntyre. Can't give him the 3 votes today yet. Hasn't had enough of the ball. So in the back pocket, but we'll probably always swing one. Ball goes out long. Gin, fresh position, takes the mark. I thought he was going to go off then, but was called back. Does so and settles now. Kicks the ball long into their forward line. Out in front, Mark is not taken out there. McIntyre again, hands on ball, goes out sideways, and either Mark will be taken out there by King. Beardsall running from behind, looking for the option. He's not going to be used just yet. So King now a little bit undecided now, put himself under a little bit of pressure, but he's able to get a kick back towards centre wing. Ezard, best position. Again, had the fair grab of the ball, couldn't take clean possession. Jenkins out the back to Brown. Brown got through the contest. Inside to Viney, runs, carries. His kick didn't travel too far. Picked up again, McIntyre out the back. McLaughlin now, and to Beardsall. Beardsall from centre wing, or just the defensive side, goes looking for Smith. Kick, not that great. Ball over the boundary line again. Throw will take place. 3 minutes gone, as we said. It's 3-4 East Geelong. 3 behind Geelong West.
I like to know where Jenkins is from. I liked him a bit, Grub.
Yeah, he looked all right. He looks good.
Just needs to get just a bit more steady on the ball. Okay, the boundary line throw in here. Sobey versus Gin. Sobey wins that man. McIntyre just threw it out to King. King gets the left hand over to Bartel. Bartel's grabbed by Brown. Well done. It's second tackle again. Might have been a bit high. No, he's let that one go.
He actually fell down. No, he's right. The tackle fell down on his legs. A little bit unlucky, but the free kick was most definitely there.
So King takes the kick. It's chopped off immediately there by Keane. Keane on the right foot drives Geelong West forward. Punched there by Brunt. Comes to ground. Wrapped up straight away was low, so we'll have a ball up. Half forward for Geelong West. So Ruckman working their way down. Sobey's already there. Gin coming from a bit further back. Sobey wins that one down. Into the hands of, looks like, again, Bartel, but he's wrapped up immediately in a tackle, so we'll do it all again. Sobey and Gin to go at it. Sobey in front again. Tries to tap it over the back towards McIntyre. Brown gets in his way. It's a quick kick forward. Well, might have been high there on King again, and the umpire said that's the way it was. Beardsall did pick the ball up. Wasn't going anywhere, so Sam King on defensive 50 here for East Geelong.
You're not missing much, the umpires, are
They've been very good, mate. Been very good. So King drives East Geelong 40 and looking in the Ezard direction. Doesn't quite get there. Ball's punched forward. Beardsall picks the ball up beautifully. Takes his time now. Chips the ball across. That's a great looking kick. So still running out now, East Geelong. Is that Lee coming long out here? Looking for and finding Lowe.
We'll pay him that one. I don't think he was looking that way.
It went that way. So Lowe read the ball beautifully in the wind. Goes to the middle looking for Ezard. Puts her hands up. Ball comes to ground. Picked up there by Hoff. The Hoff goes long looking for Smith. Smith in front.
Ah, that's a great mark.
Protected the ball. Tried to play for the 50. It reminds me of Anthony Kitchen totally there, mate.
Yeah,
tried to play for the 50. Didn't get it. He goes in short now as an unselfish bit of play. And Ezard now for East Geelong will have a shot. I'm guessing that's a 25-metre line they put out there, is it? Like that line going across just beyond the man on the mark?
We'll give them that spot, yes. We'll say that.
Do you want me to go out and walk it?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, mate. So
now?
it'll be about 35 metres of your little leg.
Now?
So, no, not right now, mate. You can go out at half-time. We're upstairs having a feed. So Caleb Ezard now looking for the first goal of the second quarter and the fourth for East Geelong, kicking from 26 metres out then, if that is a 25-metre line. And he comes now, Ezard. Ball hits the boot. Goal umpire does not move. There we have it. The fourth goal for East Geelong, 5.5 minutes. Morris Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, well, they've done that well. I don't know whether it was a pass to Sammy Lowe out here, but he took a nice mark. They went short, which in these conditions, if you've got the skills, use them, because they just didn't quite pick up their opponents. But I tell you what, everyone thinks that the Routley's mark of the day is always the big specky and whatnot. He put his body in there. He protected the ball with his body, and that's as good a mark as you'll see. Even though it wasn't spectacular, it was a bloody great mark.
So back in the middle we go. Once again, ball thrown up there. Sobey gets the ball down. Osselbrook went to Sobey. Sobey's been put under immediate pressure, and the ball will go back to the umpire.
Just on that, Grubby, so the big men fly.
No, he didn't, but he didn't fly that time.
So the ball tapped out of that ruck contest, picked up out there, and I think that was Roberts that cleared the ball outside, went to Frats. Frats got the player outside again in Archer, kicked into their half-forward line. Beardsall leads in the race for the ball, and he's going to be content to see it over. Little tap just to make sure it went, but it could have let it run anyway, I would have thought.
And I meant to say, I ran out of time, but I meant to say, it doesn't look difficult, but to kick a ball from directly in front the way this wind's blown is difficult. He done a great job.
So it's thrown back in by the umpire now. As we said, Sobey doing the ruck work. Front position. Gin up over the top. Comes down. Osselbrook. Brooke read that nicely. Goes into their half-forward line. Going back with the ball this time is Edwards. Handballs up over the top, but the ball has failed to be kept in the field of play. Throw in to take place. So Ruckman again working their way down the ground. Good throw in by the umpire there. Ball comes out of the contest. Brown works through the contest. He failed to make contact with the ball. Picked up out there, and the ball ends up in the hands there of Crombie. Goes to the half-forward line again. Picking the ball up out there was Edwards. Tackled to kick the ball. Goes back inside the centre square. Mark taken by King. So King not wasting any time. Quick movement of the ball. Goes in long. And again, coming across. Mark has been taken there by Edwards.
You're right about him. He's been pretty serviceable down there.
Yeah. So Edwards now just telling players he's going to kick towards a true centre wing position. Gin comes across, had a fair whack of it. Yep, would have paid that. So Gin will be the recipient.
Another Routley's contender.
Yes, goes quickly. Don't see that was a great kick. He's turned the ball off and straight into the hands of Jack Beardsall.
He's off.
Called the play on now by the umpire. He goes back to where the ball came from. Gin spoils from behind. Ball runs back towards centre wing. Picked up out there, Monaghan. Ball goes back into the hands of Beardsall. He's tackled. He will be brought to ground with no option but to be balled up by the umpire. So he's now got that ball back and just forward of centre wing, I would think, here. So the ball is thrown up. Sobey taps the ball out. Picked up by Bartel. He is tackled again straight away, going back to the umpire once again. So a bit like the first, it failed to show any signs of a free-flowing play. The ball from this contest comes out, picked up by Carey. Again, he's tackled, let the ball go. Hoff tried to feed the ball out. Now he sits over it, did get the ball out. They've done that pretty nicely now into the hands of Ianelli, back into Osselbrook's hands, and he kicks round the boundary line, over the boundary line, and the ball has gone out of bounds on the full. Free kick will go to Turner. So Turner now, he goes short. Oh, they persist with that, and that's dangerous, but the mark has been taken out there. I reckon that's Facey that's got the ball now. So again, he's looking at his options. Turner's made position in the middle of the ground, but that's been covered off now, so he just decides to go long and straight down the ground. Ball spoiled over the top there by Monaghan. Ball, it'll be thrown back in by the umpire as we tick over 9.5 minutes for 4:28 East Geelong, 3 behinds to West.
He must have Timmy Barton's doctor, Carey.
Yeah.
Did you call Carey?
Twice.
He's not even playing.
That's Viney.
Viney, sorry.
Sobey and Gin.
Sorry, I had
ball
to go
goes
with
across.
that.
Gin wins that one down quite comfortably. Goes towards Zimmer. He can't control it. Beats him over the boundary line. And just a how do you do by Facey there to let him know. Coach Ned comes in and just looks after the young bloke.
Don't worry about that rubbish, mate. Just get the football. That's what you have to do.
They'll throw in there, and Sobey uses strength there. Crombie couldn't control it, but butters up, keeps tapping the ball forward. Ball forward into the hands of Hoff. He couldn't quite pick it up either. Smith's out there to lend a hand, wrapped up in a tackle immediately. Ball going nowhere. And the umpire will ball it up. That was Turner again, who the ball. So Sobey now and Gin. So that could be a free kick for 2 high, I reckon. That's a great call by the umpire. So Gin for Geelong West. Chance to break this game open a little bit from the stalemate has been. He goes sort of long looking for Craven, puts the hands up, can't take the mark. He butters up very, very well, but then has beaten the ball by Jazopovic. I can't even say that myself. So Osselbrook wraps it up and is taking in a tackle. We'll have a ball up about 2 metres in from the boundary line. Just forward to centre for Geelong West. So ball in the air now. Sobey wins that one down to McIntyre. McIntyre can't take it with him. A quick handball out here finds Frawley. Frawley's tackled and dispossessed of the ball. So we'll have another ball up here, closer to the true centre wing here at West Oval. So ball in the air now. Sobey and Gin. Sobey wins that one down. Only as far as Geelong West opponent. Going nowhere, it was Keane. So the ball will, no, it wasn't Keane, sorry. It was Burke. So the ball thrown in the air again. Sobey grabs it out of the air, throws it onto the boot. Coming forward as try to protect the space. Punch over the top there by Simmons. Misses it. Goes to McIntyre. McIntyre goes to Zimmer. Well, that's a great kick on the lead there. And we'll have Mulville, who you think would probably have a shot. The umpires pull the man in the mark back about 8 metres. So that takes him to probably kicking from on even further still, is he? No. I think he'd be kicking from about 40 here, mate. And this breeze could test him, Grub. But we know he's a beautiful kick of the footy.
Yeah, I think the distance is okay. But with that cross breeze, as I said before, the Izzard's kick, it is a tough kick.
Austin Mulville now coming in. Directly in front, puts the ball on the ball. It's not going to make the distance. Oh, it has.
Yes,
no
it
one's
is.
touched it. That is a great bit of work by Izzard there to open the space. East Geelong get their 5th. They move to 5, 4:34, leading Geelong West to a 3 behinds. We've ticked over, I think it was 12 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
They just seem to have the edge on them, don't they? All around the ground. Every time West get the footy, they get tackled. When East get it, they still seem to get it out. And look, Mulville, I watched the ball drop there. He drops them at a fair height. There's plenty of chance for the ball to sort of twist a little bit, and that's what it did. And I tell you what, somebody should have touched that. It's just gone over the pack. They should have touched it, but good goal, young Austin.
Back in the middle we go once again, taken out of the ruck contest. Sobey goes to McIntyre on the left boot into the half-forward line. Coming through, we'll get it right this time, was Viney. Didn't pick the ball up, but it was tackled high, said the umpire.
No advantage.
No, it's not. It's going the other way. So I'm looking at something incorrect.
No, it was high. It was high.
I thought it might have been Viney on
Just
the
a
ground.
message from the media man. Quarter time, Banno 3-1-19, Central
Yeah,
7-4.
we've done all that. He's just
Central's
Eric
without
Pearson.
Carlton and Crennan.
He's just done an Eric Pearce.
Yeah, I know, mate. Sandra Sully, late news.
So Hoff now, he goes long into their forward line. Ruckman, the mark required, but it's picked up and cleared away out there, and that's gained by Edwards. Goes out long to the half-forward back line. Ball now at ground level, picked up. Geelong West, they have possession now, but they just need to be able to use it. Go out to Facey, into the hands of Ianelli, steps around one. Short kick was good, mark is taken. So they have maintained possession now. They go back into the middle of the ground, short. Mark is taken out there this time by Jenkins.
Move it!
Yeah, they've been covered off pretty nicely, I think, Grub. They're
Yeah,
not,
but he wasn't quick enough.
Yep. Actually, there's not a lot of movement, and all the movement seems to be short. There's nothing long, no long option. Goes out looking for Craven, got the spoil on the ball. Woodhouse got the handball over the top. Opportunity here. Want to be good to outrun McLaughlin. Ball goes to the boundary line, picked up out there. McLaughlin gets himself out of trouble. A little bit of time and space. Goes back around the boundary line. Bartel, that was well-weighted kick, but unfortunately Bartel couldn't take the mark, but he's been rewarded with a free kick. Chopping the arm, says the umpire.
Look, they finally got it out, and then he stopped. He had no one. If you stand still up there, 9 times out of 10, the ball's going to come back.
So Bartel, dangerous kick coming back inside, but it was okay. Hits the target now with McLaughlin. Again, a little bit of pressure, but actually no pressure because he has plenty of time to look up and see what his options are. McIntyre presents for him and he picks the ball up. He goes short. Another good kick. Monahan from behind the ball. Again, they're going to transfer play across the ground now. I'm not too sure whether that was the best option, but Dixon is going to have time to pick the ball up, run and carry. With a bit of pace, it gets away, goes short. Sam Lowe presents, and it's another good kick. Taken to the ground. Umpire said...
Be careful, son.
Yeah,
He's
now
got
he's
50 now.
Yep.
He's got 50 now.
Thought he might have been lucky the first time.
Yeah, so did I. I'll tell you what, the umpire gave him every chance.
Yep. He can't think he can jump in front of him like that. And that's pretty short 50 if I'm laying up.
Yeah, it
serve
is.
too. So Sam Lowe now just outside there, forward 50. Smith asking Beardsall just to drop off, but he goes in long. Izzard in front, best position. Big fella puts his arms up. And by rights, that was never going to be anything other but a mark to Caleb Izzard, and he can go back and look at his second for the quarter.
Well, when a big bloke like him puts his arms up, they're about 8 foot, 9 foot in the air, and the bloke behind him hasn't got a chance. So in that situation, you've got to have defenders coming across from the side. But the wind held the ball up, and they were all caught off guard.
So Izzard was good with his first kick at goal before, and now, as we said, has a second from about, we only reckon about 25, don't we, Spide? Probably a bit further on the angle. Back into a little bit of a breeze. How good is it? Pretty good off the boot by the looks of it, and he has put it straight back over the umpire's head. The second of the afternoon, and for the quarter. 6-4 now, East Geelong. 3 behind Geelong West. We have gone just on 16 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
It just goes to show you, doesn't it? Like in a scrappy game, you give away a 50, and then there's a mark the next off that 50. There's a goal. You've just cost yourself a goal. I don't think he did much, but he did. I thought, as you thought, Smith, it could have been 50. He's given him the chance, and he's still given 50. So just, use your brains a little bit and do the right thing, because that 50's cost him a goal.
So McKinnon and Deng go up. Deng wins it one down quite comfortably. Goes after his own ball, takes it out of the hands of Jenkins. Ball spills free now. Crombie over it. Deng does well, picks it up. Jenkins does exceptionally well, gets it out to Burke. Burke for Geelong West, driving forward, looking for Craven. Craven with a great pick-up, left-hand handball over the top. Into space here is Roberts. Roberts goes at goal, and I'll tell you what.
He got it, I reckon.
He has put through Geelong West first for the day. They moved to 1-3-9, trailing East Geelong, who are 6-4-40. We've ticked over, I don't know, about 17 minutes. Thank you, Tyler. The clock goes too quick. Bucky's Entertainment, second quarter.
That's what we want to see from West. And like when we say the year's close, it is close when sides like that can play footy like that. They've just got to put a few more of them together and get a couple of goals and get a bit closer. But that was great footy from West.
All right, back in the middle here, Deng and McKinnon. McKinnon does win that one down, but it bursts back to Deng, then goes to Roberts again, who started to lift his game a little bit. Drives West forward, looking for the goal kicker. We've just spoken about Roberts. Roberts and Jazopovic go after it. Roberts does pick it up. He's wrapped up, tackle straight away. Here we go, a bit more excitement. McLaughlin now picks the ball up, turns in one way to the other way, on the right foot, going down the line, looking for McKinnon. It's chopped off. There's a mark being taken. No, it's come to the ground. Everyone dives in. We'll have a ball up on the far side of the ground here. So, a bit more life in the game here, Grub. Moving the ball a bit more freely now.
That's what we want to see.
So, Deng and McKinnon. Deng wins that one down. Can't see who's ended up picking the ball. It's a quick kick out. Picked up by Lowe. Lowe gets through one tackle. Short handball. Taken off the ball. There was couldn't see what it was, but the ball comes out again. Goes to that man Roberts again. No, it was Woodhouse, sorry, that time, who kicks a minor score there for Geelong West. They are doing a bit of attacking now. They move to 1-4-10, trailing East Geelong, who are 6-4-40. 18.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. So McLaughlin now for East Geelong to bring the ball back in. He goes in short. So McIntyre has the ball in the back pocket here for East Geelong. Just steadying the play up a bit. He looks inboard and decides against it. Goes down the line here. Looking for McKinnon. McKinnon works to the front. Takes a great mark on his chest. Trips the ball over the top to the running player here in Bartel. Bartel nearly breaks one tackle. Couldn't quite. Monahan with a great little handball out the side. Under pressure now. Kick forward there again. Ball stays in. Smith uses his body. Couldn't quite knock his opponent off the footy. So we'll have a boundary line throw in. About 55 around from the East Geelong goal. We've ticked over 19 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard here at West Oval.
Ralph did that nicely and had to keep the ball in front of him, did so.
He did. He did very well, didn't he? So the ball's thrown back in now. Deng and McKinnon. McKinnon wins that one at the back there. Ball brought to ground. Picked up here by... was that Frats, was it? I thought it was Roworth, but we'll go with Frats. Quick handball out. His teammate under absolute pressure. Wrapped up in a tackle there by Simons. That was Frats there, wrapped up in the tackle. So we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square here. Deng wins that one, but hits it into the path of McIntyre, who drives the ball forward. Ezard leading back for the ball. Done well here. No, ball bounced back, come back to Lowndes. Lowndes dives on it, knocks it forward, goes to Mulville. Mulville wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire said there's a high tackle here, and it will go to Austin Mulville, who has a chance to kick his third for the afternoon, the seventh for Geelong, for East Geelong. 20 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter here at West Oval.
Bit stiff there, the boy. Yeah, I think from where we sit, I think the tackle went over the shoulder on the other side, because the tackle on this side looked okay. So I think his arm must have come up high on the other side.
Just watch the replay, mate. It was.
Yeah.
Good call. So Mulville now coming in. 20 metres out, stabs at that one a bit and has hit the woodwork. So that's 6-5 to East Geelong and 1-4 to Geelong West. First blemish on his copybook for the last 2 times we've seen him, gents.
Yes, Josh Viney now doing some kicking in. Got the right bloke this time, so he'll be happy.
Sure, it's not Carey.
Yeah, Justin Carey, he'll be real happy. He's going real well. So,
Carey.
and it is Viney now long outside 50, goes towards Craven over the top. Beards will trap that nicely. Ball's going to come back as quick as it went in. Long kick back in forward. Ezard over the top, can't be taking the mark. Picked up out there. This time was Roweth. Goes quickly to the half back line and picked up by Lowe. Lowe gets the handball away, put his teammate under a bit of pressure. That was Josipovic, and he has been tackled, brought to ground. Will have a throw in just outside forward 50.
That's how you say it, is it?
What's that?
That's how he says it.
That's all I'm saying. Just like Michael, but it's Mickle who had the ball from that contest, comes out of the contest, and it's going to be hands and knees stuffer for a little minute. Ball is picked up. Stanchui over the top. Was okay, but missed the target. Melville now on the right boot, goes back forward. Numbers there was Geelong West. Marcus taken, handball quickly off there by Edwards. To his teammate, Ender, Turner. Ball goes towards centre wing. That's better movement.
Yep.
Keane now, need to keep going. Kick inside, had to be good. Craven come
5
up.
of them there.
Ball ran through his legs, picked up out there, and kicked forward by Dixon. Over the top again, and well read. Mark taken, going back the other way, and this time is Edwards for West. Out long. I don't know where he was going to, but he went straight back into the hands of a East Geelong player. Actually, the bouncers eluded him. Picked up out now. Pollard long into the forward line. Spoil from behind, ground level. Gin has it, picked it up, tackled, needs support. Don't think he's got too many down there. Ianelli now arrives, ball runs back towards the boundary line. It's going to be picked up. McKinnon, handball goes back inside. Dixon again, looks up, has got a number outside. The kick wasn't great. It's going to get over the back. Beardsall can clean up. He is tackled, brought to ground, needs to get rid of it. Try to get a kick on the ball. They have some numbers around the contest now, and again, ball towards centre wing. Mark Mulville takes the mark. So now he's asking to slow things down. Mulville now looking forward. Sam King leads toward the boundary line. That is ignored a little bit longer now. Ezard's going to be the target. Again, 2-on-1 situation. Good mark out there.
Mark.
Sam Edwards, he goes back into the middle. Kick, dangerous. Hits Zach Smith right on the chest. Player on the far side. He's got options everywhere running. He goes in long towards Hoff. Nice kick. Yeah. Well placed, and he will go back. Opportunity to kick his first of the afternoon. Has one behind. And from about 25 metres also has an opportunity to kick at goal. So Hoff now taking his time, does the bootlaces. At least he's not looking at the clock.
There isn't a clock.
Drives me nuts, that clock. Ball kicked by Hoff. Nice off the boot.
That's great.
Straight through the middle. He has his first of the afternoon and the 7th now for East Geelong. 7-5 East Geelong. 1-4 to Geelong West. And we have gone 23 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard.
They pretty much made the same mistake twice. Then they opened the game up a little bit and started to look all right. And look, great. I said earlier, take the risk. And he went to the corridor. But you don't go to the corridor when it's 1 on 4 or 5. And it came straight back. Edwards has been playing a magnificent game. What does he do? He decides to go back or sideways. Go forwards. You've got no problems then, son.
So Jen and McKinnon go up. McKinnon wins it one down. Wrapped up immediately. The tackle, not going anywhere. It was Osselbrook, so we'll do it all again.
But keep your head up. You're doing a great job. One mistake.
Ball in the air again. Gin wins that one down. Finds Burke. Burke gets a quick kick out. Gin nearly picked it up again, but it fell in the arms of Osselbrook. Burke gets his own ball, keep pushing it forward. Crombie picks the ball up now. Finds a bit of space. Bit of a mongrel punt out here. Lowndes runs on it. Attacks the ball really, really hard. Did well. Coming through, all wrapped up. That could be close to a free kick, but no, wasn't paid. So Beardsall now for East Geelong. Picks up, finds space, drives the ball along, looking for Hoff, but chopped off the front there. Mark was spilt. Picked up there by Archer. Archer tackled. Ball comes to ground again. Ezard with a great little handball out. Finds Zimmer. Zimmer looking at options. Chipped the ball out here. He's got Mulville and Beardsall. Mulville used the body beautifully to hold the opponent out. So Jack Beardsall fancies his chances from here, does he?
Just
no.
outside range.
There he goes. Short to Osselbrook. Osselbrook didn't take the mark, but there was definite free kick there for too high. I don't know if that improves the chances, does it? Ned's not a long kick of the footy, is he?
Beardsall might have been just a touch further out.
Here we go. Oh, he's going to Crombie. Crombie, handball out to Crombie. Crombie drives the ball along. Ezard in best position. And
Plucked it.
Too big.
Like a duck.
too big and too strong, wasn't he?
You want to be careful saying words like that.
With my slip of the tongue, we're going to have a trouble, Grub.
I tell you what, he'll put it into the car park in the yard, so tell you.
Izzard just strolls in and
has he actually kicked that goal?
No, he's kicked the goal. It wasn't a great kick off the boot, but Izzard has his third. He has the 8 for East Geelong now. East Geelong out 8-5-53, leading Geelong West. 1-4-10 Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
You know, when we saw East the first time, I think I said a couple of times, you know, you got Smith and you're going to have Watson Searle coming back and all these blokes, little blokes, and they really needed someone to stand up because young Izzard was getting to the footy and he wasn't marking them. Well, by geez, he's clunking them today and he's just starting to come good. If he keeps going like that, they are a real premiership threat, this mob, because that's exactly what they needed, a big mark in the forward line.
So we're back with the ball in the middle of the ground, and it's umpires throwing it up. Sobey actually won the contest this time, went back and got his own ball, but it's not coming out of there. There's going to be another ball up right in the middle of the ground. Thrown up again very quickly by the umpires. Sobey again, best position, picked up out there, cleared away by Burke into the half-forward line, and it's going to be this time Woodhouse. Kicks it around the body, Craven out on a lead, and I don't know if it was a lead, but it just fell in the right spot, and he was there to receive that ball, can go back. And this time try and kick Geelong West's second goal of the afternoon. I reckon he's in range here. Just got to be able to manoeuvre the ball with the wind.
Play in front, Dale, play in front.
Plenty of options. That's right, Spider. You never know the drop of the ball.
It's a tough kick in this wind conditions.
He's going to go outside the right-hand post, doesn't he? That's where he started it, and it's coming back.
It is
and
coming
cleared
back.
The tackle, I think. Touched right on the line and through for a minor score as the siren sounds to end the second quarter here. So it'll be Geelong West 1-5-11, 8-5-53 to East Geelong. Goal kickers for the West is Kel Roberts, and for the East Geelong side, 3 to Izzard, all in that quarter. Mulville has 2, 1 each to Smith, Zimmer and Hoff. We'll take a short break, come back, have scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
come back here to West Oval, which sees East Geelong 8-5-53 leading Geelong West 1-5-11. Third quarter brought to you by the Grandy Cycling Sport. About to get underway shortly. Grub, quick summary, mate.
Hang on. I'm not ready yet.
He's not ready yet, so he's got a mouthful of food. I'll tell you what he's going to say. No, I won't. Grub, you've probably got about 20 seconds, mate.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got more than 20 seconds. East aren't even ready to go yet, but... Yeah, look, not a great half of football, I've got to admit. And I don't like to have a go at people, but I just think West are trying to make the game that way so it doesn't blow out. And you shouldn't be playing footy like that. You just go, give it everything, go. If you get beat by a lot, you get beat by a lot. You're still going to get beat by a lot here today, but they've only kicked 1 till half time, and it's just not good enough in GDFL footy. When they do win in the corridor, they went into it at the wrong times, when it was overpopulated with East players. So, you know, they've got to get a good look at themselves and say, let's have a real red-hot go in this second half.
All right, Eric Nichols' clock about to be started. Dale?
Yeah, on his bedside table at home in Bannockburn.
Yeah, I just remember why she's pushing it for us.
Christine,
Don't
push
worry about
button
that.
for us, thank you.
Ball back in the middle of the ground, as we said, thrown up. Sobe gets the first tap out, goes to the hands there. Viney looks like he's going to push into the middle of the ground, so that's not a bad option. Now West, they look to bring the ball forward. The kick's going to go wide off the boot of Roberts and out of bounce on the full. Free kick goes to McLaughlin. So McLaughlin now not wasting any time. He goes in short. Kick was good to Crombie. Players on the far side of the ground, running player who will put a bit of pressure on. McLaughlin had it, lost it, went back, will collect it again. No, he won't. So he got the handball back outside, and again, West now putting some pressure on. Coming through the contest is Burke, did nicely, got at the ball, going forward towards Stan Chewy. Hands over the ball, Big Sobe just put it down and picked up like a basketball then, and was held up. Umpire says, let's give it back to me. We'll have a throw-in to take, or a ball up, I should say, to take place. Point of the centre square. Gin, I thought he was pushing the back. Yes, umpire saw it the same way. So free kick goes to Gin.
Nobody there.
Now going to go short. Gee, I don't know whether the play coming behind there, but it goes over the top and towards the boundary line. Kick wasn't great. Ball runs over the boundary line. Will be thrown back in.
He called play on, Dale.
Oh, he did call phone, did he?
Play on, yeah.
Player must have heard it, but I never heard the call. But all the arm signal. But that's all right. As long as they're out there, they're playing the game. Ball thrown in. Sobe again gets the ball back down in front of the ground. Picked up out there again. Kick round the corner. Roberts' kick was smothered. Goes back. Viney, he picks the ball up. He got out of trouble there nicely. And it's going to be going back into their forward line very quickly. Coming back was Monaghan. No, it wasn't. It was Crombie. Couldn't pick the ball up. And now he had it. Got the handball out. Stan Chewy goes to Deng. He needs to pick the ball up. Handballs over the top. Ends up in Viney. Tries to shrug the toe. That was not a bad tackle there. Had hold of his jumper and just brought him to the ground. And umpire will come in and he will ball it up.
Half-time scores, Lads Cry 48, Inverleigh 34, Belmont 49, Winch 34, Werribee 47, Bannockburn 19 still.
He doesn't even wait for a break, this idiot.
I'm trying to. Belpo still 36, Anakie 12, and Thompson 29, North Geelong 23.
So ball up on the ground again. Sobe punched the ball straight back up in the air. High the umpire's bounce that was. Ball comes to ground in the hands now of Stan Chewy. High tackle, free kick going that way. Eugene Stan Chewy. He can go back, have his first shot at goal this afternoon. Got a few last week, I believe, so he's an opportunity here from about 25 out. Dragoons aren't having a very good day.
No, 50 points down.
Stan Chewy in, kicks that goal, stabbed at it, and that is offline, minor score. So they now take their tally to 1-6 and trailing East Geelong on 8-5. We've gone almost 3 minutes to Granny Cycling Sports third quarter.
So ball brought back in quickly by McLaughlin. He drives it long to the half-forward line, but taking a mark in front there was Gin. Was paid. I think he controlled that very, very well. So Gin now for Geelong West, looking to drive them back into the forward line. Does go short. It's massive pack forms. Ball comes to ground. Deng dives on it. Tries to tap it forward. Jazopovic gets it out. Falls in the hands of McLaughlin now again. He goes out wide. It's a lovely kick. Finds McKinnon. McKinnon got the ball just outside defensive 50. Goes in short. Just had to carry on to McLaughlin again. So he's looking at his options. Told to play on there by the umpire. Goes short again. Ooh, made McKinnon stretch. He did, but couldn't quite take it. Ball spills out of bounds. On the far side of the ground here, between centre wing and half forward for Geelong West. We've travelled nearly 4 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport here, third quarter. Ball to be thrown back in. So Gin gets to the front, wins this one down comfortably. McIntyre could be second to the ball there, beaten by Jenkins. Ball comes back in, falls to the hands of Burke. Burke gets a handball away to Brown. Brown goes through the middle. Nice kick. Nice handball there to Archer. Archer drive forward looking for Deng. He's in front, gets the hands up. Santui picks the ball up now on the left foot this time.
Missed again.
And it's pushed it across the face of goal. But Lisa attacking Grub, 1-7.
Yep, I like that.
8-5. So they've had the first couple of scoring shots here with a bit more positive football, mate.
Yeah, I just reckon a couple of those goals go through and they're 4-7 to 8-5. They're in the game.
Anyway, brought in here by Beardsville. Beardsville finds McLaughlin. And McLaughlin looking down the line, far side of the ground, goes very, very well in Sobey. Sobey does well to cover the ground, reach it, handballs ball across to Crombie. Crombie now for East Geelong. Looking further. Oh, here we go. A bit of music in the background. Ezard takes the mark. Look to play on and it's been told to, so he does. Goes to Zimmer. Zimmer gets a handball over here to Lowndes. Oh, it wasn't Lowndes, it's Simon. Simons goes to Smith. Smith gets a handball over the top, falls in the hands of Zimmer again on the left foot. And that's
beautiful football.
Oh. Young Zimmer there. Lachlan Zimmer has his second for the afternoon. The 9th for East Geelong. They moved to 9-5-69. Leading Geelong West 1-7-13. We've done just over 5 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
They just absorb the pressure, don't they? It's scrappy, and all of a sudden they break out. And when they break out, they look like a very, very good side. And West probably aren't letting them do it as much, which I suppose they're going to have to now. 9-5 to 1-7. They're in all sorts of trouble. But East just give you glimpses when they get out that they're a bloody good side.
Yeah, especially when they break that line the half back, they're really good. Ball from middle of the ground again. McIntyre goes into the hands of Crombie, looks outside, has King in space by himself. He has an option running outside. He decides to kick outside to Beardsville. Again, from the centre wing now, they run, they carry. Runs inside 50, looks to go long towards goal. Gives himself a real chance. Ball goes across the goal. Mark not taken out there by Lowndes. Ground level. He had some support there, but he went back and collected it himself. Now he needs to feed the ball out. Oh, he's been held up. Umpire says, let's get it back to myself. Ball up will take place 25 out from goal. Forward pocket area. Quick ball up by the umpire. Gin up over the top. Goes to McIntyre. Needs to feed the ball out. Did so to Crombie. Crombie went back further. Goes to Zimmer. Zimmer looks to give the ball into their forward line. Ball spoiled from behind. Good work out there. And actually, he left the ball behind. Handed it back to Smith. Beardsville still remained in their forward line. Kicks back towards goal. And he is just offline. One behind. So 9-6 now to East Geelong. 1-7 to Geelong West. And we'll have ball in hand at full back. Looks like Archer doing the kicking in duties.
Just worries me the pressure they're putting on. If they get tired, West, look out. It could blow right out.
So Archer now decides to play on from that position. He's going to the attacking side of the ground. Kick had to be good. Got out the back. Wasn't. Beardsville still sitting in their half-forward line. That's a great kick into their forward line. And Smith comes up with the ball. It'll be a difficult kick. Distance won't be any problem. But he's got usually, well, he can be a good kick for goal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look and see what he can do.
Well, he can pass it.
Yes, he can.
And
did.
Unattended.
I'll tell you what, he's gained maybe a little bit of room off the boundary line, but Mulville now with a same kick, left footer. Does it suit him better? Maybe. Let's have a look.
I think he kicked one from a similar spot in the first quarter, didn't he, from here, Mulville?
Yes. So Mulville now to kick out goal. Again, with that breeze blowing across. Just allow for it nicely. Kicks at goal. Has the distance. Has also the accuracy. And he has got his third goal of the afternoon. And that will bring up the 10th for East Geelong. They are 10-6. 1-7 to Geelong West. And we have gone, I reckon, about 9 minutes. Is that correct?
Yep, pretty much. I don't know what they do from here. If they keep playing this pressure football and not doing much attacking, they're going to finish the day with one goal. So forget about how many East Geelong kick from now on. Just try and kick as many as you can. You know, even if they kick 18, doesn't matter. If you've kicked 6 or 7, you've done something. You don't want to finish on one goal.
Sobey and Gin go. So Sobey was there. Gin takes the ball off hands there. Comes down here looking for Craven. Craven puts a hand up. Nice little spoil there at the back. Picked up there by McLaughlin. Just runs with it. Chipped over the ball to Crombie. Crombie does well and then ended up spilling it. Did all the hard work.
Sam Lowe's going to have to be very, very careful here.
Sam Lowe's off the ground.
Because this bloke, McLaughlin, with his pace, is rapidly becoming my favourite player. Rapidly becoming it.
So the ball thrown in front. Sobey wins that one down. Ball tapped back up again. Sobey down to Crombie. Crombie does well there, but the kick smothered off the boot. Rolling forward, picked up. Back line there. Quick ball hand got Brown. Brown does very, very well. Nice little chip over the cross. Finds Jenkins. Jenkins here for Geelong West in front of the social rooms. Looking for targets down the ground. Not a lot of movement. He's been told to play on. He is now. So he chips it in towards Craven. Craven and Lee. Goes over the back of them all. Deng comes out, does well, picks the ball up, tries to get the handball out. He didn't quite make it. Falls over to Dixon. Dixon gets a handball across to McKinnon. McKinnon goes to Beardsley. Beardsley just tried to tap it on. Umpire's paid a free kick here. What's he paid it for?
Don't know. He must have touched him after the ball went past.
Anyway, Jack Beardsley gets it, and look at that, the delivery. You'd like to lead to that all day, wouldn't you? And just on his way through there, Zach Smith decided to say to young Brown, just get out of my way.
Well, he was actually in his way, I think. I don't think he could stop.
No, probably not. So, Zach Smith, from kicking just outside 50 here, so this will take a great kick with this breeze coming across the ground. In he comes. Right foot. That's a beautiful kick off the boot. Has it got the distance? I reckon it has. Oh, what a fantastic goal from Zach Smith. He gets his second for the afternoon, the 11th for East Geelong. We see them at 11-6 leading Geelong West 1-7. Just ticked over 11 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter.
I reckon he's better like that. In closer, the pressure's on and he sometimes stabs at it. From out there, it's just, well, this is going to be a great goal from a great distance. He just leans back on it and goes bang, and it never looked like missing, really. It was straight. It was a beautiful long kick. No pressure on. And I'll tell you what, the better he gets, the better East Geelong are going to be.
So ball back with the middle, and again, this now the hand straight to Crombie. He's tackled immediately, brought to ground. Umpire with no choice but to ball it up. Quick throw up by the umpire. Gin up over the top, goes forward. Coming through there was Burke. He couldn't take clean possession. He's going to end up with it. Come out the other side. He's gone back and collected it. Handball goes outside to Anakie. He picks the ball up. He's got himself in and out of trouble. He went back to Burke. Kick on the left boot. Goes out wide. Runs back towards the boundary line. Teammate trying to keep the ball in is Dunlop. He's back on his feet now. He's tackled. Brought to ground once again. Umpire says, let's throw it up. So it's a ball up on the far side of the ground. Ruckman go at it. Ball comes to ground. Hands and leads, or hands up by Sobey, is it?
Yes.
Was.
How
big
can
fella.
we answer that? I can't even understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. I was getting it out. must have been that less remainder of that lunch I had from
chicken.
lunch.
You got chicken in your teeth.
Still stuck there, mate. King tried to get it out of the contest, couldn't do so. Ends up now. West, they have the ball. Kicked inside there. Was Jenkins. Kick didn't travel too far. Was smothered. Go back outside now towards centre wing. Mark taken out there. McKinnon. So he plays on very quickly. The quick movement once again. Ball gets to the half forward line. Front. Osselbrecht goes back and tries to pick the ball up. He's knocked over and now is being held up. So the umpire will come in and take the ball. Sam Lowe's been off the ground for a while. We're grabbing. He's lying on the ground there getting a rub. I'm not really sure he's done a hammy or he didn't go off he went off gingerly. So ball back now. Jenkins and hands and knees again. He's been held up. Another ball up will take place.
Well, that creates another problem too. Who am I going to give the dinner for two with Sam Lowe's off the ground?
Yes, that's right. So ball from that ruck contest goes back. King picks the ball up. Got his handball away to Osselbrecht. He couldn't pick the ball up. And again, Jenkins tries to get through the contest. He came out, but that left the ball behind. And again, umpire again will come in. So we've gone nearly 13 minutes. It's 11-6 to East Geelong, 1-7 to the Giants.
So, ball in the air. Sobey in front, wins that one down. But a quick kick from Burke out of the pack, goes long. Comes down here. Good little gather there. Picked up by Dunlop. Dunlop turns around the right foot, finds space. It's a nice little kick there. Oh, short chip across. Didn't quite come off. I thought Anakie wanted it to, but come back, get the ball back now. Anakie throws on the right boot, nice and quick.
Good mark.
Oh, he hasn't taken it. So ball spills free, and that could be in the back there. No, it wasn't. Brunt picks the ball up, gets a handball across. It's Zimmer back there now, and he rushes it through for a minor score, and the 8th for Geelong West. They're 1-8 now, trailing East Geelong 11-6. So McLaughlin now to bring the ball back in. Does so, goes long out the side there. Flying at the back was Crombie. Couldn't take the mark, but ends up with the ball on the ground. Just belts the ball out of defence. Players all around McKinnon there, but punched out there very, very well by Richmond, I think that was.
Inverleigh in front.
So relieving pressure there, so well done. Geelong West. The ball to be thrown in, pretty much true centre wing on the far side of the ground here at West Oval. So, Sobey and Gin to do work again. Favours Gin, he just taps it down, but it's sharked there by Frats. His handball's smothered by Crombie. Crombie drives long, looking for Ezard. Is at the back, ball goes over the top. Opponent falls to ground now. Ezard first to the ball and just taps it off the ground for his fourth for the day. The 12th for East Geelong. They move to 12-6. Geelong West 1-8. We've gone 14.5. The Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter.
Yeah, I think I might have been misled a bit here too, because I said like last week and then this week about Ezard being the tall bloke wanting to come up, and because they've got them little quick blokes around him. They don't need him with the pace that big bloke showed that time. He just showed him a clean pair of heels and went bang. He's quicker than I thought he was. A bit of toe there.
Fair enough.
It's all right when you run towards goal. Roberts chasing the other side. That really hurts. Ball from the middle of the ground, picked up by Burke, goes into their half-forward line. Leading in the race for the ball, McLaughlin picked that up nicely. A little bit of time, goes over the top. Running player is Monahan, collected that nicely off the ground. He looks up and goes forward, and again, he's the big fella. Oh, he made good ground again. Grubb didn't have to bend there. So he's now got the ball, and we're talking about Ezard. He goes into their forward line. That's a great kick.
Oh, gee.
And Mulville comes up and takes the mark, and probably go back from where he is and kick the goal. Had a look inside a couple of times.
Go back and have a shot, son.
What he's done from there previously, why wouldn't you?
North Geelong back in front.
So a good game of football here, and a good, well, not too much game of football here, but there's a couple of good games around the area. So Mulville now kicks that goal. It's not going to make the distance. Oh, Ezard had a fair piece of that, but couldn't drag it in. Tackled top of the square, and it's going to be held up with the umpire coming in. Ball up will take place. Even though they had 3 pulled out this morning from the Geelong West side, I was talking to player inside. So,
Grubby, can you get updated score from Werribee, please? Hasn't been updated since quarter time.
No, I don't think Stewing out of there.
Belpo still 29 points up over Anakie.
So ball again, ruck contest, going out the ball was Gin, got the ball out, and again, it was sharked very quickly, and a tackle was laid, so we're going to have a ball up which will take place. Quick ruck contest, ball comes out, runs back from the goal, picked up there, Hoff goes out the back to Bartel, got himself out of trouble, looked to give the handball away, did so to King, puts boot to ball, goes up as high as it went long, picked up out there, Smith was tackled, he has been held up and will be coming back to the umpire once again. So almost 17 minutes gone, third quarter it is 12-6 to 1 goal 8.
Ezard wins that tap down, mate, so wrapped up immediately. Oof. Long way away, you're right, Dar, from here, isn't it?
Yep.
So Ezard Gin wins that one down. No one in particular. Keane runs onto it into tap forward to Jenkins. Jenkins gets a quick handball away, but it's sharked by Beardsall. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire says, yes, you had a chance. So the ball's come over here to Dunlop. The advantage was paid, but
now it's not.
No advantage in the end, which I think smart play. There really wasn't. It was scrap coming out of it. So Jenkins now for Geelong West. Centre half back, looking his options down the ground. No one really moving. They're bigger blokes just sort of jogging around with one hand in the air. So chips it across to Richmond. Richmond has time now. He goes on the right foot quickly, looking for another. It's chopped off there by Mulville. Mulville gives it forward again to Ezard. Ezard goes out wide. Beardsall's crept forward again. He has options running everywhere, but he says,
he reckons he can kick this.
I'm going to kick this one. So maybe that wind's died off a little bit, Grub.
Well, it doesn't matter. If he aims it in the right spot to that right post, he's still a chance. But I think he reckons he can kick it. He's pretty confident.
Been very good, Beardsall.
No, he isn't.
He's just chipped it into space, and it's been sport out of bounds. So
stooged everyone.
Yeah.
Well, he stooged me, and he's got no chance of going to the Hotham Hotel tonight after stooging us like that.
Wow. Outfoxed us, mate. You don't like it, do you?
Nah, I hate it. Just give him a big rap and then he stooges me.
Ezard and Jindu battle. Neither really wins a clear tap, but the ball spills free. Quick kick out of defence here by Geelong West. In front there was...
that's hold the ball.
Brunt. That was Brunt who attacked the ball. Probably should have given the handball away when he had the chance, but he didn't. So ball coming out wide here. That's not a great kick. Lee chops it off, knocks it out in front of Brown. The ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in right in front of the social rooms here at West. A few interchanges happening now. Hopefully drive a bit of spark into the West side. And as you said, Grub, get a bit more attacking and take the game on.
Yeah, we might as well now.
So, ball to be thrown back in. McKinnon versus Gin. McKinnon just grabs that one out of the air, handballs across to McIntyre, tries to get round Brown, done very, very well. Gets the handball back to Zimmer. Zimmer now picks it up, handballs to Beardsall. Beardsall finds space and gets through. Puts the afterburners on, drives the ball long down looking for Smith. Smith uses the body, protects the space and takes a fantastic grab. So, great ball movement again. Smith plays on straight away, driving into this wind, bringing the ball back into the goal square. Izzard in front, and Izzard has taken the mark.
I reckon that's Sobey.
That is Sobey. Is that Sobey in the square, is it?
Yeah, I reckon.
Well, okay. Sorry to Jacob Sobey. But he's taken the grab. I'm just used to Izzard putting the hands up and taking them, Dale.
Yeah, it looked like him from this, but then I thought Izzard left the ground before and didn't see him come back.
So. Well, Sobey has kicked the goal. He's got his first for the afternoon. He has the 13th for East Geelong. They're 13-6, leading Geelong West 1-8. We've ticked over 20 minutes to Grandy Cyclone Sport, third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've said it a few times. If you don't come on the attack, you're going to finish the game with one goal. And no one ever likes to do that. And I just reckon they're capable. If they do that, they can kick 3 or 4. All right, they might get another 5 or 6 kicked against them, but the game's gone. It's been gone for a long time. You've just got to get in there and play different footy. Forget about the tag and forget about the pressure. Just get the footy and kick it down there.
So Dean's doing the ruck work, and also now McKinnon. Ball comes down. Osselbrook is taken very quickly, and we'll go back to the umpire. Ball up centre of the ground once more. Ball up. Again, McKinnon taps the ball down. Brown had it. Osselbrook kicked the ball off the ground, picked up Zimmer. Handball didn't travel too far, comes out of the contest. They go back after it again. There's a free kick high. Which way is it going? High, and it's going to Geelong West. Not too sure who it belongs to. Possibly Burke. And he will be the recipient of the free kick. Oh, he's looking his options up the ground, and there aren't too many. So he goes in the direction of Craven, goes at the ball. Good ball from Lee into the hands there of Simons. Simons looks up, kick wasn't great. Mulville goes after it. Again, coming across was Burke. Mulville taken off the contest. Burke goes in half, gets the handball outside, went to Keane. He also got the handball out to Stan Chewy. Goes towards Viney. Viney now picks the ball up. A little bit of pace, gets away from McIntyre, kicks into the half-forward line. Good kick, mark taken. Pollard now. So where do they go from here? Ian Ellie was short, but he decides to go long. It's going to be very close to the boundary line. Actually, it's going to be over the boundary line, and we will have another free kick going the way of East Geelong. Monaghan will be the recipient when he goes and collects it.
Rolling along the track.
Nearly got run over by a push bike.
The peloton.
Mushy doing laps.
Not even Cogsy.
So now it's with Monaghan. He decides to play on. He gets a little bit of ground and now kicks long back towards centre wing. Out the back. Mark not taken. McKinnon at ground level. Ball picked up by Den. Got the handball out. Into the hands there of Roberts. Kicks round the body. Back into the half-forward line. Keane has the ball now. He's tackled. Got the ball away to Craven. He was tackled. Can't get rid of the ball. Now he does. Able to get the hands free. Picked up by Bartel. Went back outside. Now into the hands of Beardsall. Went one way and back on the right. Boot kick was smothered. Runs back into the hands of Zimmer. Zimmer over the top. Straight into the hands of Brown. So both sides turning the ball over here. McIntyre out the back. Picked up. McKinnon goes long into their half-forward line. But the mark has been taken out there by Richmond. Richmond gives the handball off. And again, they work from Woodhouse. Goes back to the centre wing. And a mark is taken out there by Burke. So Burke has slowed things up now because he's got nothing forward that's really moving. A lot of hands in the air, but that's about it. Player coming at the ball. Osselbrook. Craven was also there. Over the top. Goes out towards Brown. A little bit of space. Picks the ball up just inside the field of play. Kick wasn't great. Ends up in the hands of Stan Chewy. Looks at goal. Goes to the goal square and across the face. Through for a minor score. 3 behind Eugene Stan Chewy. 1-9 now to the Geelong West side. They trail East Geelong on 13-6. 23 gone. The Grand End Cycle Sports third quarter scoreboard.
So ball back in by McLaughlin. Goes short to Monaghan. Monaghan gives it back to McLaughlin. He evades one tackle. Now steadies up. Drives the ball long out looking for Sobey. Sobey there puts the hands up. Ball comes to ground. It's right on by Richmond. He follows back. He's in front here. He's now got Bartel on his hammer. Taps the ball forward. Mulville. His first to it. Kicks the ball off the ground. He's a kind bounce here. Gets it. But he's wrapped up immediately. Still has time to get the handball away. Now taking off the ball again. Well done by Frats. Frats now in trouble. Wrapped up in the tackle. The umpire says dropping the ball. So even though they're attacking the ball, Grub, they just don't have time to get away, do they?
No, he was a bit stiff. He should have handballed it mid-air, and he couldn't quite get there.
So Simons with the free kick goes towards Smith. Doesn't quite get there. And I think that's Cade Woodhouse has taken the relieving mark. Started in attack. Now he's gone back to defence. Gets a short kick in here. I think he's found Burke. So Burke, who's tried very, very hard today for Geelong West. Been told to play on by the umpires. Really hasn't got anywhere to go. He nearly run down by Smith. Just ends up going long. The mark is taken by, is that Ezard this time? Chips the ball. He must be back on the ground.
Jozopovic.
Oh, Jozopovic, sorry. Ball over the back.
Out,
Touched on. There's Ezard, mate. So I'll get him eventually. Thought he'd come back on the ground. So Ezard now will kick for goal number 5. And the 14th for East Geelong, nearly 25 minutes into the Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter here at West Oval. So the big fella's having a bit of a day out, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. This is a turn the corner game. Because of all those ones he never quite got to, he's clunking them today, the big fella.
He has. So Calabazard comes in. Kicking from about 30 metres out, directly in front. The wind coming across his right shoulder, so he steers it out to the right post.
Don't come back.
They've steered it a bit too far. His first blemish for the day. The 7th behind for East Geelong. They're 13-7. 1-9 to the home side in West. 25 gone.
I reckon if you're going to bring it back, you've got to kick it a little higher.
Probably, yeah. So Archer now for Geelong West with the kicking in duties. Nothing moving at all up the ground. So going to come defensive side. Deng gives a half lead, but he ignores that and goes up over the top. Looking for but not finding Viney. Ball comes to the ground. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. That's a bit unlucky there for Tim Lee. So anyway, resultant free kick here. West through the agency of Burke looking to drive forward again. So he just plays on, comes long down the line. Craven running towards it, Deng as well. Ball comes to ground, well done by Sobey, brought it down, picked up by McLaughlin. Feeds the ball back to McLaughlin, was Monaghan. McLaughlin just puts the afterburners on again. Drives it long, gets over the back. Mulville brings the ball to ground. Great work there by Edwards. Edward gets back to Woodhouse, looking for Richmond. Richmond puts the body in line, picks it up. Tap out there by Woodhouse now, trying to move it forward. Another quick handball comes out here towards Jenkins. Jenkins gets a handball. Ball spilt now, but mopped up there. Nowhere to go. Did it stay in play? No, the boundary umpire says it hasn't.
She was right on the spot.
She was right there too.
Good girl.
So what could have been a mark to Burke ended up with a free kick now to McIntyre. McIntyre just pops the ball up. Ball hits the deck. Players around. Mulville has snapped that one off the ground, and desperation at the end there by Woodhouse. Rush through for a minor score, so East Geelong moved to 13-8. Geelong West 1-9. We've gone 27 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
A ball back in the hands of Archer again. 27 gone. So again, looking, not too sure where he's going to go. He's going to come clubroom side of the ground. He goes short in front. Craven, mark not taken out there. Ball comes to ground. First to arrive, I think that may have been Lowndes. He was tackled and brought to ground quickly. Umpire will come in and take possession. So just on and about the 50-metre line, I would think here. Thrown up by the umpire. Ezard takes it out of the ruck, got the handle away to Lowndes. Tried to boot the ball, and the siren has sounded to end the third quarter here, which sees West going at 1-9. They trail East Geelong on 13-8. Goal kickers, Callum Roberts, the only goal kicker for the Geelong West side. And for East Geelong, we have 4 to Ezard, 3 to Mulville, 2 each to Smith and Zimmer, 1 to Hoff and Sobey. Take a short break. We'll come back. Final call action not too far away. You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Fourth quarter coming up. East Geelong 13-8-86 leading Geelong West 1-9-15. Before we go to Grub around the grounds, Inverleigh 71 leading Corio 56. Belmont 55 leading Werribee 41.
Hang on.
Belmont leading Winch 41. I was looking at the next game. Obviously, the internet's gone down at Bannockburn because it's still the quarter-time score, 47-19. Alex Degani, you're out there giving us a run.
I've already
mate.
texted him.
Let us know. Belpo still 7-7-49 leading Anakie 2-12-24. And North Geelong 6-9-45 leading Thompson 6-7-43. So,
how long will it take us to pack the van up and get to the Town and Country Pizza Parlour or whatever it is?
Country Pizza Parlour. No, I don't think we're going there. St Mary's have hit the lead, Dale, after being so far behind. Grubby, can I have your thoughts, please, mate?
Well, my thoughts? Do you really want them?
Yep, I do.
Well, it's a shit game. That's it. It is. They just haven't come to play the right type of football, Geelong West. I just reckon right from the first bounce, they've been in it to make sure they don't get flogged, and they're getting flogged anyway. And that really worries me. The defensive footy, they haven't played much attacking stuff. And I know I harp on it for the rest of the game, but start playing it. They look like they were going to that quarter, then they stop. Just go for it. It doesn't matter if East Geelong kick 20 goals. You've got to kick 5, which means 4 in the last quarter. Give yourselves a chance to do a bit of celebrating, kick a few goals, because I think I said it halfway through the second quarter, you don't want to finish a game on 1 goal. Now we're at three-quarter time and there's still 1 goal. So, look, I'll tell you what you look at, right? This is the thing that I picked up in that quarter. When West come out from a point, all right, Archer's kicking out. He stands there for a minute and a half, and he has got nothing. He's got no one running. He's got no one moving. And he's, in the end, all right, I've got to kick it. So he just kicks it, and it goes to a pack. Right? When West score a point, McLaughlin does the kick out. He's got blokes running on the outer side. He's got blokes running on the members' side. He's got blokes running down the middle. And if he wants to, with his pace, he can run it out himself. So they've got 4 or 5 options coming out from a point, and West have got none, which means the ball just keeps going back and back and back. So, as I said, what West have got to do now is just go all out attack. It don't matter about the score. Go all out attack, and I don't know, maybe stay around for a while and play in the next game. Get a bit of practice.
Fair enough, mate. Right, so...
I'm really disappointed in the way they've played the game.
I'm sensing that,
mate.
I
don't care if a side gets beat and they don't play well and they get beat by a better side, but I'm just not that happy with the way they've gone about it. That's all.
No, fair enough. And I'm probably certain maybe their coaching staff aren't, because the defensive lockdown has not worked.
Well, it's up to the coaching staff now to say, all right, boys, game's gone. Let's have it. Let's do something different. You can't just keep doing the same thing and be, 12 goals down. You can't do that. You have to change something.
Maybe the cattle's not there.
Well, the cattle isn't there. I know that. But play the game a different way and see how you go.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. So we're about to get underway here for the final quarter at West Oval, brought to you by Connectel.
Three-quarter time at Bannockburn, it's 53-88.
Werribee in front.
Yes.
Well, Werribee no good, apparently. Ask Grubby.
Well, Bannockburn are coming home with a win, boys. So don't get too carried away.
35 points down, mate. Want to be a bloody strong win.
It is. It is.
How do you know? You're at Geelong West.
Well, Werribee kicked 8 with it in the first quarter, you moron.
Way you go, Dale.
11
ball
goals in the first quarter were kicked.
Ball, sounds like last night's game, but I don't know. Defensive effort wasn't good last night. Ball from middle of the ground, picked up. Crombie looks to try and get out. There's a good work there from Gin, and he has been able to hold them up at this occasion.
Will Geelong make the 8, do you think? Carlton might.
I don't know. Carlton might. Ball from that ruck contest goes out towards Viney. Runs inside 50, kicks long into the forward line. Mark not taking good ball from behind. Ball strongly hit over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in which will take place.
Get it out of the centre. Roost it in the forline. Well, all right, they didn't kick a goal, but it's better than this little short stuff that's coming undone.
Is that Anakie who's grabbing the ankle there?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, mate. I'm just trying to focus on that ball. If Sobey comes out, that's a nice tap in. Ball goes over the top. Goes outside, ends up in the hands of Monaghan. Monaghan delivers back towards McIntyre. Round the boundary line he goes. Players out in front. Mark not taken out there by Roweth. Ball comes back to ground. Again, they've been able to win back possession, but Hoff picks the ball up. He's tackled off the ball. And the ball over the boundary line once again.
Don't know about that, but the last time I looked up there, I saw Frankie and Ellie grabbing a can. I know that. They're having a good time up there, the past players.
Matty at full forward.
So ball thrown back in by the umpire. Your man hasn't reappeared at all, so they might be just resting him now at this stage of the game. No sense putting him back out there. Ball goes high. Viney into the half-forward line. Again, picked up out there was by Brunt. He got a handball outside. And again, Burke can't get out of that contest. McIntyre holds on tight. So right in the point of the centre square. Geelong West, they're attacking in. Ball over the top, comes out. Viney got the handball out again. Did nicely to Burke. His kick into the half-forward line, but the speedster's onto it. McLaughlin running away from where he needed to be. Handballs in towards Lee. Went back, got the handball back again. Wants to come back on his right foot. Has an option across the goal. Had to be good, and it was. Into the hands of Brunt. So he's in the back pocket. Josipovic makes a bit of space for him, but he hasn't even looked at him yet. Again, now the longer option's going to be the call. Goes towards Sobey, but out the back. Marcus taken out there nicely by Roberts. So Roberts decides to play on, and he goes long. Back into their forward line. Deng's there. Ball at the back, and Brunt read that nicely and taken the mark. He transfers play across to the back pocket. Beardsall has got the ball. Ball in short. Again, good work to Bartel. They play their possession game pretty well from this back end. Player up the middle of the ground. They've seen him now. He actually slipped there. It's going to be good enough to be picked up again there by Dixon. Got the handball outside. Running player is Beardsall from the half-back line. Over the top he goes. Monaghan in space. Nicely weighted kick. Got the ball. There's a player in front, and Zimmer looks at his options, and again coming at him. The mark will be taken. Again, some good movement from one end to the other.
How good a footy was that?
Connor McKinnon will have his first shot at the goal in the afternoon and try and put the 14th goal on the board for East Geelong.
I don't know what foot Zimmer is, because he looks really good on both feet, doesn't he?
Moves all right. Got a bit of pace.
Well, I'll tell you something else about him. Yeah, he's not far behind McLaughlin in the pace stakes too. He's very quick.
So Connor McKinnon comes in, kicking from about 30 metres out. Kick off the boot looks okay. Will it have the distance? Yes, it will. Only just. And the umpire says it is all clear. The first of the final quarter is to East Geelong. They move to 14-8, 1-9 to Geelong West. We have travelled only 3 or 4 minutes into the final quarter. Connect Tell, final quarter scoreboard.
Well, I did say earlier that when you play this game, you get a bit tired. And if they get a bit tired, East Geelong moved the ball that well that day because there wasn't any pressure on them, hardly from centre back all the way down. They just couldn't get it. And if you have a look around, there's hands on hips, their heads are down. And I think they've run out of gas playing this game. And look out, they could be an onslaught here.
So Sobey and Gin. Sobey wins out and down, puts it into the path of McIntyre, who gleefully accepts, runs onto it. His handball's intercepted there, very well done. Comes back to Gin. Gin's kick smothered off the boot. Sobey first to it. Big left-handed handball comes out, finds McIntyre again. He chips it forward, looking for Ezard. Ezard in front. Ball brought to ground, might end at McIntyre's hands again. Doesn't though. Bounces over to Jenkins. Jenkins now on the right foot, going forward into space. Deng in front there, but the ball's punched away. Falls in the hands of Bartel. Bartel wrapped up in the tackle. Handball comes out. Deng was first to the ball, but fell over trying to pick it up. Wrapped up here, and we'll have a ball up on the half-back flank, or half-forward flank for Geelong West. So, ball to be thrown in the air. Giant slot into attack. Deng wins that one down comfortably, but ball goes nowhere. We'll have another attempt at this. So umpire comes and says this will be mine. Thanks. 5 minutes to connect to our final quarter. So Sobey wins that one down. Falling over, picked it up was McIntyre. Good enough to get the handball out. Kick quick forward is marked by Edwards from Geelong West. He did all this in the second quarter, mate. Then sort of missed out in the third grub.
Yeah. So
Edwards now drives Geelong West forward. Oh, is he taking that mark?
Looks
that was
like
a fantastic grab.
Oh, the big man
Wow.
five for Rutley's pie.
Gin has taken one just outside 50. He's looking to give the ball off now. So he now just sinks the ball in, kicking the ball towards the square. No one home at all.
Gee, that's disappointing.
So not the kick they wanted. So is that Sobey with the ball down there deep in defence?
Don't go shortly to Ruckman.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, either going to handball or kick it as far as you can. So Crombie flies, ball brought to ground, bounces off hands there. Quick push forward Hoff runs onto it, does well, one-hander, gets a great handball outside here. McLaughlin runs, handballs the ball over to Beardsley. Beardsley slips back into a bit of trouble, goes back to Crombie. Crombie driving the ball long, but only as far as Archer, who nearly got spoiled by Edwards. So Archer now runs through the middle, but his kick smothered. So King gleefully picks the ball up, drives it back. Ball goes over the back here. So Richmond runs onto it. Can't pick it up.
Back.
Good pressure.
Give him a kick.
Pressure, and the umpire has given him one grub. Good call by you.
No, it was the other bloke.
Was it?
Yeah. I'll give one of them. And 50.
50.
And 50.
That's worth wearing a dress and getting a haircut, mate, at training this week. That is completely uncalled for by the Hoff.
The Hoff.
The Hoff. So Edwards has got himself into a bit of play here early in the in the final quarter.
Oh, I like this kid. He's had a crack all day.
He's having a go. So he's 65 out from his own goal. Plays on, drives the ball long. No one moving in particular, but the ball's got right over the back. Sobey standing there. Kick it long, son. He does just that. It's favouring Brown, who brings the ball to ground.
Smithy's had enough.
I'm going home. I missed the bin.
Boundary line wins the battle. And we'll have another stoppage in play. Sorry, tired of squashing your fingers, mate. We'll have another stoppage in play. So, Sobey and Deng will do battle. 55 out from the Geelong West goal here. 7:20 gone. Connectel final quarter here. Deng gets in front and wins that one down. Picked up there and tackled immediately.
Strong tackle.
It was a good tackle in the end. So, ball up in the air again. So, Sobey wins that one down to Hoff, actually. Hoff, who gave away the 50 metre not long ago, trying to redeem himself. Some good pressure, but too high. And Jenkins will win the free kick here for Geelong West. Been very, very good for them in what has been a dismal day for West here at Westover in front of their past players. Jenkins asked to play on. Goes long. Nice strong lead there. And the mark has been taken by Viney. So, positive bit of play here towards the end of the day.
Well, he can hold his head up high, Vine. He's tried pretty hard and done a couple of nice things.
Well, he's had his name changed halfway through the games.
He gets two, mate.
Hey, don't you go bagging me mate Smithy. You were calling this bloke Beardsley for a minute ago.
I thought it was Mike. I thought it was from the cricket. Anyway, Viney comes in now from just inside the 50. Pushes it out to the right post as you need to.
Coming
Ball
back!
bending back. Has not come back far enough. So Josh Viney registers his first behind. The 10th for Geelong West. They're 110. East Geelong 14-8. We've ticked over 18.5. Connectel final quarter.
See what I mean by kicking it higher? Comes back.
Ball in the back pocket. The mark has been taken out there by Brunt. So for East Geelong now, he's going to spin the ball towards centre wing. Out in front, Lee. Up in front, doesn't take the mark, comes down. Ball not taken clean there by Monaghan. He was taken off the ball. Ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in, which will take place. Just short of centre wing. Deng doing the ruck work. And Sobey in front, positioned nicely. Ball comes out. On ground level. Jenkins over the top. And again, umpire will come in, take possession of that ball. Sobey doing the ruck work. Neither player hits the ball, but Deng took it off the ground. Goes outside to Burke. Burke to Werribee. He put his head down, tackled. He might be in trouble here. Yes, he is. Free kick goes to the Hoff. And he transfers play back inside. Goes to Crombie now on the right boot. Goes long into their forward line. Mulville in front. Ball hits the ground at ground level. Picked up out there by Turner. He is tackled and brought to ground. So we'll have a ball up which will take place inside forward 50 this time for East Geelong. Ezzo puts his hand up, says he'll do the ruck work. Deng arrives, taps the ball out wide. Hoff ran past the ball, go and pick the ball up with Burke, tackled, brought to ground.
Right, I'll take it over, Dale. You have your cough and get a water if you need one, mate. So, McKinnon gets down to the ruck against Deng. Deng wins that one down as far as Lowndes. Lowndes taken high. Well done, Grub. The umpires have been all over it today, haven't they?
They have been absolutely magnificent. I can't find a fault. They have been terrific.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. So Lowndes just outside his 50. You'll have this kick from. Mulville provides a lead. That's ignored. So he goes to the hot spot. Not one player moved towards it. So relieving mark taken here for Geelong West.
Facey, is it?
Yeah, I think it is Facey. Yeah, the left foot. There he goes. Goes short, but only kicks it as far as Zimmer. So Lachlan Zimmer, 40 metres out, did all the hard work, and then that short game again, Grub.
Yep.
I know you weren't watching, that's why I threw it at you. So, young Lachlan Zimmer has 2 for the afternoon already. There's a lot to like about this young fella, isn't there?
Yeah, he's a good mover.
So, Zimmer coming in now. Onto the right foot, puts it forward, goes to the square, hands up, Ezard, ball brought to ground, Smith at front. Deng done really, really well there, picked up by Woodhouse, who gets a handball out, fighting for it at the Hoff. The ball is now rushed through for a minor score. So that takes East Geelong to 14-9, leading Geelong West 1-10. We've gone 11.5, Connectel final. Woodhouse brings it in, that's just a kick too, isn't it? Wasn't pretty off the boot, Dale.
No, got the target. That
Got there in the end though, so ball forward to Ianelli. Ianelli now deep in defence, comes across back to Woodhouse. So Richmond makes space out here. It doesn't get there. Hoff comes across, can't take the mark. Juggled it, but they've called for deliberate, which I'm sorry you can't do when the ball lands about a foot inside the line.
Well, the way these umpires have umpired today, they're never going to pay a deliberate like that anyway.
Absolutely not. So Ezard and Deng to do battle. Deep in the attack for Geelong West. Ezard just pushes him out of the way.
Yep. He even handed him the ball and said, yeah, I know, mate. Here you go. He knew.
Well, that's probably the one thing, mate. Sobey was getting away with it early, but they've clamped down on it, which they should have. So Deng now with the ball. He just drives it long out here, looking for Craven, goes over his head. McKinnon stands his ground, takes a good grab at the back of the pack. Umpire clearing players out now, so Marlborough provides the lead. That's where he heads. Smith, sorry, that's where he heads. Hoff comes up the other way, picks it up. Picked up by Keane now, tries to break the tackle. He's wrapped up. Smith waltzes through the pack, throws on the boot. Doesn't come off too well. Deng drops the mark, but picked up by Richmond, who just scrambles a punt kick out. Coming out here, big fist away there by Viney. Viney's done well. Ball lands in the hand of Jenkins. He's done well to pick it up. Gets a handball out. Too slick for his teammate. Stan Chewy had a chance too. So now it's gone to Dunlop, who's wrapped up immediately. What's the umpire going to do? He's going to say, fair play, boys. I'll have it.
Yeah, the pride just wasn't quite there.
No, you're right, mate. So up it goes. Deng, McKinnon, neither of them get a tap. Deng does well at ground level, tries to get through. Crombie does pinch it from him, and he's wrapped up. We'll have another ball up right on the half-forward line here for East Geelong in attack. 14-9-93, 110-16, 13.5. Connectel final quarter. So Jenkins now with the ball. Couldn't get rid of it. Ball still spilling free. Finally, it's handballed out to McIntyre. McIntyre on his favourite left foot chips it out wide.
Yeah,
and McLaughlin has been paid the free kick. So McLaughlin for East Geelong. Chips the ball out wide to Crombie. He's put it out in front of him. He probably could let that go and run onto it. Got the hand to it and brought it to ground. Jenkins now fighting for it. He'll get a free kick.
Advantage
has been paid. So Stanchu takes the ball but turns it over immediately.
Bring it back.
Bring it back, you reckon? I think it was a bit too far that time. So McLaughlin now, true centre wing, far side of the ground here at West Oval. Looking at his options. Plays on, just runs around Dunlop. Now steadies up, straightens, goes down the line. And
Edwards
there's
again.
your mate Edwards again. Grub, he's chopped in front.
Done a good job, Edwards. The bloke on him's kicked 9, but he's done a good job. No, he hasn't.
Ianelli with the ball deep in defence now. He chips another one over the top, looking for and finding Jenkins. So Jenkins around centre half back. Looking down the ground, there's not a lot of movement. Brown leads out wide. The ball doesn't get to him, so chopped off there by Lee. Lee goes to McIntyre, who finds McLaughlin. McLaughlin chips it on the right foot. Lucks a fortune. Handball over to Crombie. Crombie squares up, and look at this, got Ezard. Ball doesn't get there. The big fella does brilliantly on the ground. Throws the ball out, and here we go, another one. No. There's your mate again, Edwards, standing last line defence. He had Frats out here, but he went longer to Viney, which ended up being a very, very good kick. Now Viney plays on. Drives Geelong West deep into attack, looking for and finding Craven. He's got a big fella's got to hold the ball up, does. He's got no support, but throws a handball over the top, finds Keane. Keane goes over the top, back to Big Craven, who drives the ball long. Beautiful defence there by East Geelong. Punch the ball over the boundary line. We'll have another boundary line throw in. 15.5 minutes. Connectel final quarter scoreboard here, or score here.
Again, no goal, but they'd be happy with that piece of play. They'd be happy with that footing.
Yeah, it was good movement. Ball thrown back in this time. Deng doing the ruck work down forward. McKinnon's also down there. Again at ground level, picked up. Unfortunately, the kick was smothered. Beardsall couldn't pick it up cleanly. It's been picked up there, and that might have been Stan Chewy again. He is offline. He has got 4 of them today, and that moves Geelong West to 111. 14-9 to the East Geelong side, 16 minutes gone. Connect Tel final quarter scoreboard. Ball being retrieved from over the fence. Beardsall kicking in duties. So Jack Beardsall now from fullback, looking at his options. Sides to play on from that square. He goes short, out in front. Good mark out there. Well, not a good mark, but it was an easy kick and possession to Lee. So he's got the boundary line. He goes towards Brunt again, just maintaining possession of the ball.
It's another one you've got to be careful
of. Brunt goes further afield, spoil from behind. You're going to talk me into it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ball comes out of that contest. Jenkins worked pretty hard, but it's going to be coming through. Lowndes has emerged with the ball. He looks up, goes towards Smith. That's beautiful bit of play. Had his opponent in Woodhouse running back towards goal, and Smith just turned back towards the play and took an easy mark. So Zach Smith has got 2 for the afternoon, and this is well within his capabilities.
You could be the next Ivan Pastovic.
9 points in it, Inverleigh over Corio. 7 points in it, Belpost Hill over Anakie.
Wow.
So now Zach Smith comes in, kicks that goal. Plenty of height, plenty of distance, plenty of accuracy. It's straight through the middle. Zach Smith for his 3rd of the afternoon and the 15th now for East Geelong. 15-9, 111 to Geelong West. We have ticked over 17 minutes. Can I tell final quarter scoreboard?
Like in windy conditions, it's been squally, it's across the ground, and that umpire just stood there and did not move 1 centimetre to the left or right and watched it go straight over her head. So this bloke's a big factor. I know he hasn't played that well in the last final series, maybe 2, but he's a big factor in how East Geelong are going to go.
Ball back in the middle now. McKinnon versus Deng. Neither ruckman won it. McKinnon had a second go, didn't go anywhere. Throw Watson Searle in there too, Grub, and they start getting a bit dangerous, don't they?
Yeah.
Has he been injured or away?
Yeah, he'll be back halfway through the season probably. He's still injured.
Woodhouse in the middle now. Handballs the ball over to Viney. Viney driving forward, looking for and finding Brown. There's a positive bit of play. Brown turns around quickly, looking at those moving. That's not a great kick, but it does hit the target outside. Long kick into the square, punch through there by Beardsall for another rush behind to Geelong West. That's their 12th behind. They go to 112. Trailing East Geelong 15-9. Connect to our final quarter. So, ball's brought back in. Monaghan told to go back behind the mark. Looking at his options down the ground. He's got Dixon short. Dixon started off brilliantly. He's gone a bit quiet in the second half. But so Monaghan decides to come defensive side of the ground here. Looking for and finding Lee. Takes a fantastic grab. Just never stops giving this bloke, does he? Chips the ball back in. Back to Monaghan. So Monaghan for East Geelong. On the half-back flank here. Looking at options. She's pretty crowded further up. So he just chips the ball out wide. So we'll have a repeat of it again, shall we? Another chip back in, finds Monaghan. So just gathering possessions now, the boys.
No wonder they get plenty of possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. So they get their super coach points, whatever it is it? He goes out wide and finds McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes to play on and has been called by the umpire, which is probably the correct call. Has time to chip out wide. Coming in, affecting the spoil was Brown. Picked up there, handball over the top, finds Zimmer. Zimmer's wrapped up immediately to tackle. Umpire will come in and ball this one up. So between wing and half forward here for Geelong West, far side of the ground here at West Oval. We've gone 20 minutes, connect to our final quarter here. So ball in the air. That one's one down by McKinnon. Crombie comes through, kicks ball off the ground, tries to do the same again, but the boundary line beats them all. Advance the ball about 15 metres there, East Geelong, so we'll have a throw in now on the far side of the ground here. So I thought with this win, Grubby, I thought we might have some more play this side, but apparently we haven't.
No.
Actually, it's not moving. The trees aren't even moving now, are they?
No, not really. So the ball in, Deng tries to go over the top, neither Ruttman get to it, but McLaughlin picks it up and with pace. Chips the ball out wide here into space, looking to put it out in front of Lowndes. Didn't do so. Keane done really well there. Gets the ball out to Roworth. Roworth just throws it with the left hand, basically. It goes to Monaghan. Bartel tries to kick the ball forward, but Keane's done very well again. Picked up now by Bartel, coming along, looking for Smith. Smith protects the space, uses the body. Edwards there again, picked it up, spilled it, then fighting the ground now. It's Turner with the ball, but he's wrapped up by Simons, and we'll have a ball up right on the 50 here for East Geelong. So 21 gone, Connectel final quarter. We have McKinnon versus Ding. McKinnon goes up on his own in the end, puts it out in front of the Hoff. The Hoff on the right foot, centres the ball very, very well. Mulville in front, does well, grabs the ball, looking for a bit of support, wrapped up in a tackle, does very well to get it out the handball. Simons runs round the left foot, and he has kicked his first of the afternoon. The 16th now for East Geelong. They go to 16-9-105, leading Geelong West 1-12-18. We've gone 21.5. Connectel final quarter.
Well, they've tried to hang in there, haven't they? They've tried everything they could to hang in there, and I think, I don't know, East could have probably gone on and kicked the 20 goals, which they still might, but they've hung on. But I tell you what, I think, I don't know what to say. Say something to someone, I don't know.
You just get your phone.
You can't just keep saying the same bloody thing time after time after time.
You just answer your phone.
Yeah, I will.
Doesn't get a right score.
So we're back now in the middle of the ground. Ding doing the ruck work. McKinnon's in there also. Ball comes to ground. Picked up McIntyre. Options out the back. It's Crombie. Crombie now on the right boot. Oh, big barrel into Sobey. The big fella did that nicely. Picks the ball up. Looks for some options. Has to get rid of the ball. Did so. Beardsley from behind. Picks the ball up. Runs around run. Looks at goal. And is offline. Bad luck. Beardsley with two behinds. He's pushed down a couple of times today. 16-10 now to the East Geelong side. 1-12 to Geelong West.
Balpo still by 25.
Ball now in quickly inside. It goes from Archer to Ianelli. Ianelli back short. Mark taken out there on the boundary line. Facey has the ball. He comes back towards Ianelli. Looks like they're going to transfer play. That's okay. Where's the next option going to be? Not too sure. Shorter option was going to use his teammate in Edwards, but he decided against it. Now he will. So they're playing possession football, but they've back in the goal square after 4. This is a better kick. Long outside 50. Viney's going to be the target. Goes out there. Didn't take the mark. Went back and collected it. Good option. Runs over the boundary line, and there will be a throw in.
We're in real trouble.
Well, you've got to give 5 votes.
We've got to find 5 good players here.
Well, Werribee 114 lead, Bannockburn 61. Grub. That'll brighten your day.
Well, it does, yeah. After Mitch reckons, I reckon they're no good.
So the ball throws back in by the umpire, and again, Sobey out the back. Goes towards Crombie, runs onto it. He held without the ball there. Free kick will go to that player. So Ben Crombie right in the point of the centre square.
North's on Thompson all tied up.
Can drive the ball in long and flat and goes in towards Ezard. He takes a good mark. So Ezard now, he's got the ball. He goes out wide, and the kick was off the side of the boot. Mark has been taken out there again this time.
Edwards.
By Edwards.
Edwards.
Did that nicely. Goes out wide to Ianelli. Spoil from behind. Ball comes to ground. And it's gone back over the boundary line. So ball now with the umpire in between centre wing and half forward. Umpire throws it back in.
Yeah, boys, I've done
Sobey's got the ball down to Crombie. Crombie gets the ball out, kicks inside. Picked up out there, kicked inside.
Bales, what are you doing?
Ball goes into the half forward line. Picked up outside. Smith with an opportunity to look at goal. Goes in front. Richmond takes the mark. So Richmond now gets the ball out the back. Goes to Edwards. Edwards over the top. Into the hands now of Roweth. Roweth over the top. That was better use. And now with the hands of Brown. Brown from just outside their defensive 50 goes to Woodhouse. Kick wasn't great, but he's made it good. He's got off the ground, picked it up, and looks to deliver the ball down the ground. There's been the players are waving their fist over there. I'm not too sure what the play is. Might be Josipovic on the ground. Handball goes out the back into the hands of McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes across the ground now.
Play's been stopped.
And yes, it has.
Play has been stopped. He's not in a good way at all, mate. I'm going to see if I can pick this up on the replay, mate, and see what happened. There's a contest over there with Woodhouse, and just it seems to have...
But they both went to ground.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I'm not suggesting...
I'm not saying anything serious, but it was really strange.
Oh, he's just gone over and done his knee, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
He's done his left knee.
Yep.
Oh.
He's just fallen apart.
Yeah, he's just gone over and just sort of got his wedge leg stuck on the shin, I reckon, behind the shin anyway. We'll leave it at that and won't talk about it much further. Dale, as we did done several times, you sit there and do your votes.
Yes.
Can you give the 5 votes to the same person?
Well, he possibly could.
We might have to. So we've got a bit of a break in play here as the trainers attend, I think it is Jozipovic, mate. I think you are right. He is holding the left knee. So 25 and a half minutes gone. Well, we might do a couple around the ground scores while we can. Do you want to take the camera off him, Tyler, please? Just put the logo back up or we'll come into the box. So around the grounds, we have Inverleigh 79 leading Corio 69. We have Belmont Lions 81 leading Winch 55. Werribee 115 leading Bannockburn 61. Belpost Hill 68 leading Anakie 43. And Thompson and North Geelong are tied up at 57 apiece, both 8-9. So that's them ones done. We'll quickly run around to the GFL.
Sorry, can you give me the Belpost Hill Anakie one again?
So Belpost Hill are 10-8-68 leading Anakie 5-13-43.
Yeah.
I'll do the GFL. We've got a bit of time, and some of our listeners do like to hear these ones. St Joseph's 98, Bell Park 34, Colac 110, North Shore 21, Leopold 89, Grovedale 43, Newton 116 leading Lara 78, Geelong West Giants 125 leading St Albans 23. St Mary's 74 leading South Barwon 58. So as we said, there's a break in play here while the players attended to. Could be at another 4 or 5 minutes or 6 minutes to this quarter. Umpires, I think the umpires are called full time.
I reckon they're going to call full time.
They've called full time.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like the final score here will be 16. I think both the captains have agreed to call it. 16-10, 106, Geelong West 112-18. So that is the final score. The siren has just been sounded. As we said, Will Jozipovic has been injured in a innocuous bit of play where both players are playing the ball. There's nothing nefarious about it, nothing untoward. It just seems like probably a clash of legs, Dale, that might have brought that down. So.
Yeah, look, he just got to the contest and then just wobbled over the top. So it's obviously just put the foot down, and as I said, he might have stood on something and went, and then the whole thing's just given away. But not a good thing at this stage of the game. Any stage of the game, to be honest. You don't like to see footballers going down with any type of injury, and that looks like that might finish his season. Let's hope it's not the case.
So, anyway, so we might... do you want to take a quick break, gents, and then come back? All right, Alan, can you take us to a quick break, please, mate? You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. seen a comprehensive victory here to East Geelong, 16-10 to the home side Geelong West, who kicked a 1-goal, 12 for the afternoon. Now, gents, still working with Will Jozopovic over there, but we won't be putting our camera onto it, so we'll stick with our ugly mugs in the box. So, Grubby, I know there's not a lot to talk about, but do you have any thoughts about the game, mate? There looks, obviously, for East Geelong, there was a lot of positives until the 25.5-minute mark of the last quarter. But what do you got for us, mate?
Well, we've seen East 3 times, and we've had stacks and stacks of, what do you call it?
Positives.
Positives. We've had stacks of positives out of them for 3 games. They're as good as anyone going around the league at the moment. West, I'm not sure about. I just don't know. I know I said it a lot of times. I think they've got to go about their game a bit different. I know they haven't got the class that sides like East have, but they just seem to go a little bit too defensive for most of the day. And, you know, and in the end, they paid the penalty. I wasn't joking, but I just had a funny feeling in that second quarter that they were going to finish the game on 1 goal.
You've said that since then, yeah.
Yeah, and to me, the way they were playing, it wasn't giving them themselves many opportunities to go on and kick 4 or 5 goals, which I would have loved to have seen. East can only do what they can do against their opponents, and they did it well. And I was a little bit surprised that they didn't kick probably a few more. Again, like last week, I think they might have taken the foot off the pedal a little bit. But there's nothing wrong with that because you've got to keep fresh as you can. And if you can afford to do that, it means you're playing good footy and you're one of the better sides. You obviously have to have reservations about how good they are because today's opponents weren't good enough. Right? I know they've only won the 1 game, but they just weren't good enough. I know they've got a lot of blokes out, but if they don't get them back soon, they're one of the first sides we might be saying can't make the finals. And I would love to have been able to go to round 8 or 9. And maybe we still will.
I would say right now they can't make the finals.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be nice, you bloody...
I know you're trying to be nice, but again, their injuries, unfortunately, are going to be all long-term. They're all 3 to 4 weeks away, so...
Well, let's just say that side that ran out on the ground today can't make the finals. I just don't think they can.
No.
Right?
Anakie 61, Belpo still 68, 90 seconds to go. Ball is in Anakie's forward line.
Yeah, because that idiot Tagani, where we wanted the other scores, has moved grounds. He's gone.
No. Thompson and North Geelong are both wrapped up 63 apiece.
Wow.
Sorry, Grub, keep going, mate. I just sort of
I'm done.
there.
I'm done.
Dale, what are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, no,
Tough
look, as I said, look, I can't add much more. To what
Of course you can't.
No, look, as I said, you can. West, unfortunately, for the last 3 or 4 seasons, have always been tipped at the start of the year. You look at their side, what they brought into the side, you think, oh, here we go. They will make some difference to the top 4 or 5 and be up there and competitive. Unfortunately, the same thing keeps happening. When they get injuries to their crucial players. And unfortunately, we all know if you lose, you know, your top 6 or 7 players out of any side, it doesn't seem to be your 18, 19, 20, 21 that gets injured. And we're not hoping that happens to anybody. But it just seems to be the fact that when you're having a bad run, the run continues. They're going to need to get some players back into their side. That might be 3 or 4 weeks away. But having said that, once they get back to 3 or 4 weeks, they're still going to take another 2 or 3 to probably get some match fitness up. So they might be in games, but then they'll find they'll run out of legs and won't get through. So, unfortunately, I think for them, their season's going to be long. I agree. You know, you've got to look at some positives. They've won 1 game for the season. Do they set their sights on winning 4 or 5? Do they set their sights on going a little bit further and win 6 or 7? Or do they just play each game as it comes and see where they can end up in a game of football? But come the other side of the ledger, we've looked at East Geelong. Continue to impress now. They're getting players back into their side. They're looking stronger and stronger each time. They've got a good mix of players right through and over the ground, so they seem to be able to shift players around. They've done it today without probably 2 of our better players in Sam Lowe and John McIntyre even featuring in our best players for the day, I would have thought. So you look at those 3 players, they won't get a mention from me.
Who are those 3?
Sammy Lowe, McIntyre, and we're talking about Bartel today, was being good for him early on.
You're taking it on a bit upon yourself, aren't you, to just think who I'm going to put in my best players?
68, 67 at Anakie.
Well, if you put one of them 3 in today, I'm going to be telling you what I think about you in football.
Well, I've still got one day to do, so I'm going to now.
Beat Anakie by a point.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Jeez.
so look, as I said, disappointing to come and watch that today. Unfortunately, as we said, we thought it would be, or I assumed to be a 5 or 6 goal margin in the game. Unfortunately, it's blown out to be a 15 goals. So
I just got a text from Tagani. Belpost Hill win. To quote Butch Gale, I tip this, you bloody idiot, Tagani.
yeah, so that's all I got to add, Spider. As I said, pretty impressed about Dixon into their side, which I haven't seen. I think he's going to be a good player from going forward. Zimmer continues to impress now. He's a good runner. So look out. They get the big cheer on.
Here they come. Here they come.
The Giants are out in the field. The boys, that's pretty good that the boys have actually stayed out there and waited for them to come out
good
the
on
ground.
them. Good on them.
Yep. After a defeat like that, you'd be wanting to hang your head somewhere, but they've stayed out and done the right thing. So well done, boys. Good job.
That is good club spirit and good community spirit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, the young runner, the bloke with the Veslin's gone back. He's got high fives from everybody. He missed a couple at the end, so he went back and got them. That's fantastic. All right, boys.
One more thing. I did have something more to say. Yeah. These three, well, actually, no. 3, 5, 7, 9, however many umpires there are out there today, are a magnificent advertisement for Umpires Community Week with the performance they put on here today. I said last week I don't normally talk about umpires after the game because I'd rather remain anonymous. Well, that's 2 weeks in a row that I've got to give you credit. I can't actually look back through the game and see hardly any mistakes at all. And you know how hard a marker I am. I'm looking for them. So what a magnificent job again. And to Jock, obviously you're doing the great job out there teaching these blokes and coaching them. And next week, we hope we get another 3 good ones because that was a magnificent display of umpiring.
Only thing I said, Grub, was early on probably Sobey got away with a couple.
Well, I don't think so because
but they pulled that up. And changed it.
That's sort of in ruck that gets along. I tell you, there's a couple of real tricky out of bounce on the falls. The girl and the other boy, they got right. The goal umpires, a couple of touches on the line, they got everything right. And bloody well done on Umpires Community Week.
All right, gents, you threw me under the bus last week. I did my vote.
Smitty's first. He reckons he's a no. Well, he knows all their votes, so let him go first.
Okay.
I didn't say I know who the votes, but I just said I know who votes were not going to get votes today. I'm going to give 3 votes. Or do you want to stay one first? One vote. One vote I'm giving to Thomas Burke of Geelong West. Thought his game for the opposition side was pretty damn good. He's the only bloke that I thought played 4 quarters for them and failed to find many good players that did the rest for them. So my 2 votes goes to Jack Beardsall. While he continues to run and provide options from their half-back line and actually snuck himself up into their forward line again today and tried to have a couple of shots at goal. So he has been in my best the last couple of times we've had him. And my 3 votes today goes to Benny Crombie. I thought his work in and around the middle of the ground today was very good, and he continues to use the ball very well. And while they've got him, Sammy Lowe, young Monaghan, all those sort of blokes, and Mulville, you know, their future's pretty sound, so I think they're going in the right direction.
Grubby?
Gee, that's a tough one, isn't it? I don't know. I gave 1 to McLaughlin. I just thought he was terrific. I thought about giving a West bloke a vote, but after getting beaten by, 15 goals, I just couldn't fit anybody in. And it wouldn't have been Burke anyway. I thought McLaughlin, because I think, look, I like me 3 and 2. Me 1, I just gone through my whole list, and it could have been 12, 13, 14 blokes I could have given 1 to. And I just like the way he runs and the pace. I love. A lot of people like the high marks and the big bumps. I like to watch a bloke just put the afterburners on and blaze away, and people can't catch him. So I give him a vote. I gave 2 to the bloke that turned the corner. He's been up there taking marks and missing marks a little bit and not kicking a lot of goals. I thought Hazard was fantastic. He took a heap of marks. What did he kick? 3 or 4 goals?
4.
And that's enough for me, and I think easily the best on the ground today was Jack Beardsley. As Dale said, he was down back, he was up forward, he running through the middle. I don't know whether he had a man, I don't know whether any man had him, but I thought he just kept racking up possessions, and his possessions were good possessions. They weren't rubbish ones, so 3 to Beardsley for mine.
Well, the one again you could raffle, I would have thought. You know, I've gone a little bit different because we've seen this young kid play 3 times, and I think today, I know the opposition wasn't fantastic, but I think he took his chances, and I think he shows a bit. Maybe, you know, people will laugh at what I'm saying, but I gave young Zimmer a vote.
No, I was nearly going to too. He was really good, actually. It was out of Zimmer and McLaughlin for me. I'm telling you, I'm in it.
I gave him 1. I gave Ben Crombie 2. I thought, Dale, what you were saying was absolutely spot on, but I thought clearly the bloke with the lime green boots was best on ground, Jack Beardsall.
And he wins it.
I thought he was absolutely. I just thought, look, we might mark him a bit harder because he come back from the GFL. I don't care, but
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know that. See,
Well, he come from St Albans, mate. So
Okay.
he's come to a better side.
Well, are St Albans GFL?
Well, at the moment they are.
At the moment, you mightn't think they would be.
But they are, and that's where he's come across from. And I just thought just the drive, and you talk about the pace, mate. He's got it. Crombie's got it.
Yep.
McLaughlin's got it. Zimmer's got it. Monaghan's got it. They've got 6 or 7. Then you got the blokes like you said, Bartel, Lowe, and McIntyre, who probably weren't in their best, but
Lowe was gonna be.
But their composure, like you don't see McIntyre fumble the ball, you don't see Bartel fumble the ball. So you add the pace in around that, and they are going to be a very, very dangerous side come the business end of the season, lads. So I don't know what's going on, but Inverleigh are 3 points up over Corio. Belmont 25 points up over Winch, 15-5 to 10-10. Werribee have beaten Bannockburn by 60 points.
Wow, that's incredible.
Belpo still have beaten Anakie by a point. North Geelong have beaten Thompson by 1 point.
That's big.
So you sit there. Thompson have beaten in the last 4 weeks. Have beaten Bannockburn and who they beat Inverleigh last week. And but North Geelong have come out to Thompson too and won it by a point. So I'm not sure if it's final at Corio yet, but there is 1 point the margin now. 12-12-84 to 13-7-85. Belmont 97 to Winch. Those two games are still going. All right, lads, before we get to the sponsors, Grub, where are we going next week?
Well, yes.
Because there's going to be some ripping games. This league is just throwing up curveballs at every turn.
I'll tell you where I think I'm going, but you don't have to come if you don't want to.
So, we have North Geelong versus Werribee at Osborne Park.
That could be a real ripper, actually, on today's form.
We have Thompson versus Corio at Thompson.
And that, again, could be a real ripper.
We have Bannockburn versus Belmont at Bannockburn.
Well, they'd want to return to the winners list, but Belmont... How did Belmont go today?
Yeah, they won.
They're 27 points up at the moment.
Okay, well...
27, I think.
Yeah, 3 good games.
I think, 27 points up, still live scoring. Then we have Winchelsea versus Bellpost Hill at Winch.
How are Winch going today?
They're 27 points down to Belmont.
Oh, they're Belmont.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We have the Giants versus Inverleigh here.
No.
Well, we won't be coming back here, I can tell you that right now.
And then we have Anakie East Geelong at Anakie, which I rule out because I've seen East Geelong twice in the last 3 weeks.
We've seen them 3 times for the year.
For the year already. So
we have to pull back on that a bit.
Yep.
We might be going to North, are we?
It's North Werribee. It is Thompson, Corio, Bannockburn, Belmont, Winch, Bellpost Hill are the games.
I think you better fill up with petrol. We go after round 6 or round 7, we've seen everyone.
You're going to see Winch?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look.
Well, I don't care.
I don't disagree, Grub. We've said we've got to cover everyone, and we do try and cover everyone. So, and
well,
Winch
we haven't.
Home, Winch is the only side we haven't seen. The other, I mean, they do play East Geelong and East Geelong the following week, but we've seen East Geelong 3 times already.
Yeah, so that might be a while since we look. Hey, it's a long way for me to go, buddy, I can tell you.
Well, you said last week, Winch did the trip to Werribee, and it's not too far for Werribee. You're doing the opposite trip, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm probably not quite.
You're going to be at hashtag in the morning?
Yeah, home I'm going to do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what sort of a game it's going to be. Winch's form's been okay, and Bellpost still had a win today.
Beat Anakie today. So, you look, again, it's the first half of the season, as we know. We try and get at every ground, try and cover every game.
Yes, but while everything's so close, we can afford to do it without too much trouble.
Yep.
So I don't mind going out to Winch, unless you want to go somewhere else, Dale. It's up to you.
No, I'm quite happy to go to Winch.
It doesn't matter to him. He's close to Winch. It's not too bad for him. So
it's like me next door neighbour.
Yeah, it is. It is via Inverleigh. All right, so we're going to do Winch Bellpost still next week. That'll make Dan the man happy out there at the Gun Club at Eastern Reserve. So that's where we're heading. Will the truck make it?
Oh, look, I hope it does make it. I really hope it does. Whether it gets home or not, I don't give a stuff.
Reckon they go to Belpost instead of Winch this time.
Yeah. No, that wasn't Tyler.
No, it
that
wasn't
wasn't Tyler and Brad. They're the best in the business, these
They are.
blokes.
Tyler and Brad have
Don't worry about that. We
been
look
fantastic.
we look up this morning. They're stuck in the forward pocket at the wrong end of the ground.
Scores are level at the Devil's Playground.
We could have a draw. We could be back next week.
12-13 to 13-7.
Wow, who's the 12-13?
Corio, they kicked 4 points in a row.
So they've nearly kicked themselves out of it if they don't get up.
So Winch and Belmont might be final. Hasn't moved for a while. So we've got a couple of, like you said, with 1 pointer at Thompson.
1 point out at
1 point at Anakie. Scores are level at Corio.
Boy, geez, I tell you what, you two blokes sure picked the wrong game to come to today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, what have we just spoke for the last 5 minutes about seeing every club, haven't we? You're an idiot, Cations. You and your mate, you and your cousin Ali, allocations.
Who?
Yeah.
Allocations.
That's patience, you idiot. Hey, sorry, Mush, they're having a crack at you, mate.
Mush. No, we're not having a crack at Mush, we're having a crack at you.
Oh.
All right, so we're going to Winch next week.
Righto.
Right, Grubby, please thank our sponsors for us.
Oh, put the book away.
Obviously, our quarter by quarter, Morris Finance, Buckley's Entertainment Centre, the Grandy Cycle and Sport, and Connectel are our quarter by quarter sponsors. Grubby, I told you were going to do this. Why'd you put your book away for?
Oh, I did, and I forgot. But anyway,
The big men fly for the
big Routley's pie. We had a couple of contenders today, so thanks, Routley's. Victory trophies, Corio Bay Health as usual, Kempy Engineering, Athlete's Foot. And I tell you what, as I always say, if you're over in the east, sneak into Comnafine. If you're in town, go and see more at the
We
Hoffman.
had a draw at the Devil's Playground.
Will you shut up and stop interrupting the sponsors?
Yes,
because the main one of the day is, if you finish here, get across the road and get to the Yards Hotel, one of the best in the business.
Thank you, Grub. We appreciate that.
Yeah, what was the
Athlete's
score
Foot,
out at Corio?
85 apiece.
Wow, we.
Athlete's Foot, they go right too. All right. So next week we will be out at Eastern Reserve in Winchelsea. So the best, as Mitch says,
They got power out there yet?
they haven't got internet, so there'll be no scores from me next week. So, but they do have, as Mitch says, the greatest jelly slice at half time. So
Come on, let's
certainly
get out of
that.
that.
All right, Al, we're going back to you. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Thanks, Grubby. Thanks, Dale. Thanks, Al. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, listeners and viewers.
Oh, yeah.